We're live. I think. Yes. Yes.
Do it like this.
Yes, we are. Are we live?
Are we live?
We should be. Oh.
Aaron, are we live?
Okay.
I
yes,
appreciate
we're
it.
live. Oh, I need to take the
I
meme off.
appreciate the confidence.
I need
Aaron,
to
are we
take
live?
We're live. I just need to take the post
This
off,
is-
the meme off of the front page.
Yeah.
I forgot to do that. Give me a second. I gotta
Or just
find
keep
that.
it up. Why not?
That's not the right. Oh,
Yep.
there it is. There we go.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Clearly, stream classic.
We're classy.
Classic.
We're classy. Alrighty. Welcome to Roll for Severity's OG's campaign. We are on to session 22.
Holy crap, 22.
22. Roll for Severity is our homebrew D&D adventure. We play every second Sunday here at 5 p.m. PST, right here at twitch.tv/Roll for Severity. On the alternating Sundays, we have Mel's campaign, which also runs on Sundays. Once again, starting at 5 p.m. PST. If you're looking to watch or rewatch or catch up on previous episodes, subscribers have access to episodes immediately after they air over on our channel's VODs. For those who aren't subscribers, all episodes are uploaded to YouTube 1 week after they initially air. You can find us on YouTube by searching Roll for Severity, or there's a link somewhere down below the stream, somewhere down there, depending on your layout. I'm Ominous Giggle, the DM for this campaign, and I am joined by my fantastic players, Not Nathan, Mel, Jamie, and Jeanette. Before we get underway, there's a few quick things to go over. 1. Each month, we donate a portion of all income generated by Roll for Severity to charity. This includes that from direct donations, bits, subscriptions, and sales from our store. This month's charity is the Community Health Empowerment and Wellness Project, or the CHEW Project for short. They provide provisions, resources, and education for LGBTQ youth and young adults facing barriers such as mental health, poverty, homelessness, substance abuse, sexual health, and queer-related barriers. They also offer no-cost counseling, crisis intervention, peer support, STI testing, and a drop-in office for basic needs, support, and more. You can find them on their website, chewprojectyeg.org, or on Twitter at chewprojectyeg. The RFS store is up on tpublic.com/user/roll4severity, or you can click the link down below the stream. I'm hearing myself for whatever reason, and I don't know why.
You don't like hearing the sound of your own voice.
No. Okay, the echo's gone. Spiffy. The RFS store is up on tpublic.com/user/roll4severity, or you can click, once again, the link somewhere down below the stream. Now, without further ado, the fuck happened last time?
We joined a cult. I mean, a knighthood
We joined the other
group?
cult.
The Acolytes of
People
Light?
who follow the sun. Sure, we hung out with them. That's really what we did. We bonded. We
Fought.
may have considered banging some of them. None of us have succeeded thus far at this activity.
Kay
but
has considered banging some of them.
Yeah, where's the we in this?
Yeah, one of them thinks
Kay
I'm
has
a
been-
thief.
Kay has been considering banging all of them, let's be honest.
He is not considered banging all of them. Let's be completely adamant. Just because he considers everyone bangable doesn't mean he wants to bang everyone.
Good, you leave Cranberry alone.
Well, yeah, I don't want to bang Cranberry. I want her to teach me to blacksmith.
That's like the episode of Futurama right there with the Amazonians and the snoo snoo.
Snoo, snoo.
And not if you
There's
say
just
that,
a
but at the
moment-
same time, as soon as you saw the Kiss the Cook apron, you're like, is that an
Oh,
open invitation?
I do recall this. But yet again, kissing and snoo are not the same thing.
Depends on what you're kissing.
I'm just imagining. I'm just wondering if this is foreshadowing of Kay cross-glassing with a bard later in the future. So
I mean, at the rate I'm going to need something, because I'm not gonna have the limbs to fight like my battles. I'm just gonna need to be able to project my arms into places and melody as I wander around singing with no arms because they're floating everywhere to playing a lute. They just play a lute everywhere.
See, at the
Just
rate,
keep doing business and keep making you arms.
yeah, if
I
Kay
can
keeps
only
losing,
have three. I can only have 3 prosthetics.
if Kay keeps
Well,
losing
they
limbs, he'll
count
just
as one.
cross classes. He'll just have to cross class into Warforged or cross
Yeah.
race into Warforged.
I was thinking,
Can
No,
I cross
just
race?
just
That
make
seems
Kay
real
like Ultron.
complicated.
or like the Megazord for Power Rangers, or like when they like
Coordinate dogs, like making a humanoid person, that's only a few steps and probably a couple thousand mistakes.
I mean, like
like Kay has a rocket punch.
I'm expecting now to be eaten by a giant gelatinous slime and turned into a sentient skeleton with robot limbs. So I can't quite die, but also I'm not alive.
So
That very much tracks the direction Kay is going right now as he slowly deforms into a mechanized monster of some kind.
Question: was Merrick the one that
He thinks
Theo
I'm
was
a
being
thief.
super spiteful to?
yeah, he
Yes.
thinks I'm a thief.
Okay.
The little shit. How
Thank
dare
you.
he?
Yeah.
How dare he assume that he has something worth fucking being stolen?
Theo spends
Unless
a
he
lot of time
does have
organizing.
something worth being stolen, then I kind of want to know what it is.
Yeah, you don't
Well,
know.
then I kind of want to steal
I
it.
don't know. Maybe I'll find out and be like, "Hey, why are you such a dick? Why are you a dick?"
Maybe he has an adult toy appendage in his bag.
Is that worth really being? Is that worth? You know what? I'm asking.
Is
I don't know.
the embarrassment alone worth it?
Your God is watching. But yeah, we spent a lot of time basically just learning the routine of this cult slash order of the sun, and getting to learn the members.
Surprise! They're almost people too.
They're almost people.
You also,
Here, I saw magic and forgot everyone.
Sylvania also tried to put a sword through, through Emendor's
Emendor.
chest. Technically, I was trying to put a sword through Anna, but missed.
Orky
So of the
Mandor.
people that we've met, there's the half elf Merrick, who thinks I'm a thief. There's the male elf, and then
Emendor.
Emendor. There's the
Hemandor, yes, I
female
remember him.
high elf, Theioryn, who we had a wonderful conversation with. There's the dwarf, Borgir, who so you and Kay at least gambled with a little bit. There's the human Aramin. There's the female or Cran, or as Anna likes to call her, Cranberry. There's the half orc who has an infinity ab pack, or
Oh, that's the
AKA
guy Kay wants to
muscles,
bang.
muscles. Vic.
Kay wants to cuddle those abs so
We-
much.
The
We
washboard
haven't-
abs.
Spoken to Vic yet. Theo walked in on him once working out, and it was like, oh, it was kind of like a situation of, I shouldn't watch this. Turned around and left.
I shouldn't watch this. I'm enjoying it way too much.
There's Orbidir, who is the leader, and then there is a Tenku that we have not met, but Theioryn has told us about, named Tink, who is the scout. So that's essentially who we learned about.
So,
And I learned that there's silver in this building, and it frightens me.
yep, that there is. Is there anything else people wanted to add in?
Sums it up.
No? Okay.
Anna went on a crazy invisibility adventure, and she didn't get caught.
She almost got caught multiple times.
I got caught by the elf in the meditation room, actually.
Yep.
Anyways.
But the elf didn't even bother to open their eyes to be
Nope.
like, the fuck.
Which you're very grateful, or you're very lucky for. Yeah, I rolled for that one to see, is he going to open his eyes to take a look, or is he just going to be, he knows that you're there, but is he going to bother looking? It's like, nope, he didn't. So as we left off last time, some people had gone, they were taking their rest. Theo, you had taken Merrick's bag and you were using it as a footrest as you were
Yes.
sitting on your bed.
Yep.
And
You got huffy about it.
Yeah, he came up and he just gonna grab the bag and yanked it out from under your feet. So your feet kind of like thunk to the floor, and he goes and he shoves his bag back underneath his bed, and he lays down slowly, like kind of like crossing his arms, just kind of huffing to himself as he lays down. At this point, Kay is also coming into the room, having just finished his watch as well, because Kay and Merrick are on the same watch rotation. But at this point, it is currently Annah and Theo's free time reign.
Oh, it's our free time.
Yeah,
Anna.
you just finished your rest period. Anna, you had stayed up for a bit longer prior to actually starting your rest, so you're still asleep at this point. But Theo, what do you want to do initially?
Is anyone going to the training room?
Let me take a look. Since it is so currently at the moment no one is in the training room.
I'm gonna go to the training room.
Okay. So you head on into the training room, and actually I have maps here still. As long as Roll20 cooperates. That is not the map I wanted.
Yeah. While I'm in there, real quick, because I don't think I had a chance last time when I was in the training room, I would like to cast Detect Magic.
So you go into the room and you cast Detect Magic.
I love that you put me right by the doors because I know I want to go. I know I want to go there. Yes, I cast Detect Magic.
So when you, I'm just trying to remember what the restrictions for Detect Magic was. It's 1 foot of stone.
It is. Oh yeah, that's right. Can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch common metal, 1 thin sheets of lead, or 3 feet of wood and dirt. So I don't really care if I'm detecting stuff in that other room. I am detecting to see if the doors are magical of any way.
There is a arcane lock on the door of some sort.
Shit.
The school is that would be abjuration.
Abjuration. Oh.
So there's an abjuration-based lock on that door.
Well, shit, son.
As well as you get a faint ping of magic from the or like a little bit of orb coming through the orb, like the domed orb on the roof.
Yeah. But I've detected that like a million times now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the roof and the floor, you detect the magic from that as well.
Okay. I'm guessing the door is locked.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, cool. I will leave. I wonder, actually. Yeah, I'll leave the training room, and I'll go straight over to the meditation room.
Okay.
If it's open, I'll go in there and I'll meditate.
Would that be open at the moment? The door is currently closed.
Oh, then I guess I'm not going there.
Yeah, you go.
I'll go find Annah.
So you're going and banging on Anna's door?
Actually, Actually, oh no, that's right. She's upstairs. I'll just go downstairs
Well-
and sit at one of the tables and wait.
Okay. Heading down to the main floor. You. He's outside. You do see Vorgir sitting at one of the tables. And you have not seen Tassarim anywhere.
Okay. I'll go sit with Vorgir. I imagine he's just eating breakfast or whatnot.
Yeah,
or doing
he's
something.
he's got like a dried like biscuit type thing that he's tearing chunks off of. And
Okay.
he's shuffling a deck of cards at the moment.
Oh no. I'm just gonna sit and I'm just gonna watch him shuffle the deck of cards. If he's open to conversation, sure. But I'm just gonna but I'm not gonna sit like in front of him. I'm gonna sit like to the side and
Yes.
watch.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I'm
he's
that awkward kid that doesn't know if he's allowed to be part of the group yet, you know? In high school.
You sit down and he kind of nods to you, just down, and you're watching him shuffle the deck. Roll me a perception check.
Ooh, perception. I rolled a
That's
6.
a 6.
That's a 6.
He's just casually shuffling the deck.
It looks great. It's got some tricks in there I've never seen before.
5 aces.
Oh man.
The entire deck is just aces.
Yeah, just aces. Yeah.
Yeah, he's seems oddly quiet in comparison to your interactions with him previously.
Okay.
After a little while, Anna, you do kind of end up waking up a bit. And looking around the room, you see Tassarim. She's sitting on her bed. She's currently binding up her wrists with like a cloth. And you'd seen this on her when you originally met her when she was heading off to the gym. So you figured she's probably going to be heading off there soon. But yeah, as you look around, Sylvania is currently fast asleep in bed. Dog's one leg just like kicking every once in a while.
Oh, he's dreaming. How sweet. Do robot dog, cat, octopuses dream?
You don't know? You haven't asked dog, and you don't think dog can answer?
Well, that's a good question for Syl, actually. Did you give this thing the parameters for dreaming? I'm gonna go to the kitchen, if I may.
Okay. So you head over to the kitchen and actually, as you first start actually leaving the room, you actually see Cran exiting the storage room that's just south of your bedroom. Just right over, like just this one here. And she sees you and she turns to kind of turns sideways to look at you, and a couple of potatoes roll off of the crate she was holding and hit the floor. And
I'm gonna pick those up.
And she's like, "Oh, bring those for me." And she turns and starts carrying this crate down towards the kitchen. And so as you enter the kitchen, she kind of plunks this crate down and pulls it open. She's got there's various vegetables in this crate that she starts pulling out and slowly starts kind of organizing on the counter a bit. And she turns around, takes potatoes from. Thank you. Puts the potatoes up on the counter as well.
Is there a sink in there for like washing vegetables?
There is a basin that has water in it.
Okay. I'm gonna offer to like wash them and do prep with her and stuff because I just want to get closer with Gran.
Just, oh, yes. So she kind of grabs the basin, just drags it across the counter over, and she's like, and goes and grabs a stool and sets it down in front of the counter so that you're high enough to reach into the basin.
Lovely. I was gonna ask for a crate. Yeah. So just gonna wash some potatoes and some carrots and whatnot, and yeah, spend as much of my free time as I can with Cran before I have to go on my perimeter checks.
Washing the potatoes for Cran.
Washing the taters.
Grabbing the potatoes.
So you end up spending the majority of your free time just casually chatting with Cran and helping her with general prep. And as you're heading out to get ready to go for a watch, she kind of stops you and she's like, "Small one, be careful." And then carries on.
She likes you.
Carries on prepping food.
Telling you to be careful.
I will, Cran.
Uh,
I love this person.
so
See, Anna wants to bang someone too.
Tonic. It is not a slash. It is an and.
Yeah, it's an and. It's on this. Yeah, there's no slash here. It's platonic. Yep. It's friends.
Okay.
Good old
friends.
fan fiction sites.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
as
It's mentor-student relationship.
Thank you, Theo.
there's slashes and ands in that one too. So there's as over the course of your free time, Theo, after a little while, Vorgir kind of like seems to regain his composure, and he's like, "So, Theo, yeah, for some cards."
What kind of cards? I won't lie, I'm not very good at cards. I've had very bad experiences.
Well, how about some
With
dice then?
cards.
Those are usually easier.
I'll do the cards. Just once. And I'm not betting anything.
Oh,
because
that's
past
half the fun out of
experience-
it.
Someone will play the game, but
I will
won't take the
bet.
risks.
Maybe a scone. That's it.
A scone.
And he kind of looks at you like,
I'm not.
"What is a scone?"
It's safe. You know, a scone. It's like a biscuit or. Never mind.
And he looks at what's left of like the dried biscuit that he's been chewing on. Is like,
No, not that
I'll
one.
pass on this one.
I'm hoping there's another one. That one is freely yours.
And so he. Oh yeah, Anna had been looking at. Apparently there is cards in here.
Secretly, the only thing that concerns me is at any time you reference cards, I'm expecting the deck of many things, and this concerns me greatly.
No, that comes later.
The deck of many things.
Actually, one of the items that I've been gradually working on is the deck of very mundane things,
Oh,
which is a very similar thing, but with less catastrophic world-ending events in it.
That's good. I like that.
But are there skeleton announcers?
Because they are clearly the best thing that have shown up so far.
Well, to be fair, we've only had 2 height changes and then the skeletons, so...
It's not just because it's not a high bar doesn't mean they aren't the best.
We've also shrunk weapons.
Oh yes, we did shrink
Shrunk
weapons as well.
We shrunk weapons.
Thank you, Sil.
Yeah, a lot of shrinking seems to be happening in your wild magic.
Hey, blame
cool,
your
okay?
rolls.
I can't blame my rolls. I have to blame the DM that decided what the numbers mean.
Except my decisions were made prior to your rolls, so...
Exactly. So therefore, you were the first
No, you
point
simply-
of failure.
You simply picked from a 400 joint list, and it was not what you wanted.
Is it ever?
Depends on what you roll. I'm not finding the cards in here. And I don't have a deck of cards on me at the moment. Does it let you roll 1d52? You can
Yeah, you
roll
should be able to do that. Yep.
Spiffy. Roll me 5 d52s.
Oh boy.
Excuse me while I open a deck of cards.
There you go.
For funsies.
Oh, there is a deck of cards here. Why could I not
You
find a
do
deck
that.
of cards?
I don't want that. Do you want me to draw?
No, this'll work because I'm
Okay.
not. I'll have to look at the cards thing more.
Are you gonna make me throw away?
Of course.
Is that this game that Kay was rambling on about in his sleep?
Nope. This is different.
Okay. So
Wow, you did terribly.
Are you looking at
I'm just saying, if you're picking, like, depending on how well someone shuffled their deck of cards. Because
Maybe
I
it's
can
like
almost...
okay, so pick two.
Is it?
Pick up to 2 cards from your hand that you want to discard.
that one and that two?
The 1 and the 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So you discard
Are
those.
they
So
one-
roll
one-
2 d50. Yeah. No, 2. What would it be? 2. So roll 2 d40. Okay. And
It almost bothers me that you don't know what those cards are.
I
That-
don't.
that is quite all right. And he's going to get rid of 1. Okay, you have 1 more chance to discard or pick up.
Can I get rid of that 24?
Yeah.
Okay.
So roll 1 more d. This point it would be a d38.
I rolled a 28, so
Okay. So you have a 28, a 10, 11, 9, and 7.
yep.
Okay. And like even looking at this deck of cards that Vorkir has even, like, it does not look like a sensible set of cards at all.
No.
Like,
I've never seen a 28 ever. Or a 24
and like
or
he goes and he spreads his cards out.
This was my hand based on Jamie's description.
You're wrong, but that's okay.
That's fine. That was my hand based on Jamie's description.
But like you're looking at this deck of cards, like the cards that you have in your hand, like you do, like you're literally holding a 28 in your hand. It's like, what?
Yep.
If you
And, like,
secretly
Vorkir-
52 pick up.
Well, like no,
Yeah.
like Warrior goes and he sets his card down at the table, and so he starts going on this like long-winded explanation of like what each of the different things amounts to for points, and you're just kind of like, what? And like he's like
Yeah.
looping back on himself, just like, and you see him like moving some of the like counting the different cards, like it's like, oh darn.
Is
Well,
it
at least
like
I didn't bet
cribbage?
anything. And it's just like,
I-
and you just like,
I won?
oh yeah, you see, because you have this and this here, you have these points here, and
Oh.
the none of it seems to make any sense, and you're not even entirely sure if Vorkir's playing an actual card game or not.
Volker, did you make this deck yourself?
Well, you gotta get creative sometimes.
How long have you been here?
I'd be lying if I said I had an accurate number.
Have you ever, I don't know, considered a vacation?
And he kind of
Do you take vacations here?
pulls his shirt back and see the blight that's all up around his neck.
Yes!
It's like,
But
can't
my
exactly be
understand-
leaving.
My understanding is you guys have a cure for that, don't you?
Unless it's permanent.
Are you saying that you're permanent?
I've been
Are you
here
saying
a
that
while.
mine's? Are you saying that mine's permanent? Are you saying that I was lied to? If I was lied to, I'll be very, very upset.
Early on, you can get it cleaned off. It can be cleansed, but
Oh,
I've been here a while.
take a tat. Why didn't you take a vacation back then?
Why don't you just get it cleansed every so often?
Yeah.
Like, take a bath. Jeez.
Take a bath. You're not here, Kay. You're
This is Kay's voice in your head. Like,
You
ew,
take a
take a
bath."
bath.
Oh, I'm imagining what Kay would say.
I mean, you can't exist without me now,
I was
Theo.
going to. That's very. That's unfortunate.
Eh,
But really, your lives are so structured as it is, and I imagine you can't really go far from this place. So, I don't. It seems very unfortunate that you've been reduced to making up cards and creating obscure games.
it's not as bad as you might think. Because once again, safer here.
I understand that, but still, didn't you leave anybody behind?
Not alive.
Insert tragic.
Not alive. I see.
Insert tragic backstory. Kay's
So,
gonna have
I do
some
have a
interesting
random
dreams.
question. If you are up to answering, you don't have to answer. What with our little group being outsiders and all, but we were on a tour a few days ago, and I noticed that there's a room upstairs connected to the training room that we weren't really told about. Is that just an extension to the training room, or
Nah, that leads upstairs.
oh, it leads upstairs? I imagine that that's not really open to visitors, is it?
Not really. Even I haven't been up there.
You haven't been up there?
Nah. I got no
You've
need to
been
be.
here. You've got no what?
I got no need
No
to be.
need.
Oh, no need to be. So I imagine then that only a few people are actually go past those doors.
Yeah, or Badir and Emendor goes up there sometimes.
Oh, why does Evendor go up there?
Work. He kind of
Oh.
shrugs.
I wasn't quite sure. Maybe it was something technical. This place is rather obscure. Trying to link everything together, figure out all the pieces.
It's day 2. Jeez, Theo, you're digging in real hard.
I can't help it, okay? I'm curious by nature. I went to school, damn it.
Yeah, you
Doing
took
research for my
golemology.
essays is what I do!
Yeah, Theo took a bunch of obscure courses for extra credits, like golemology.
Golemology.
And
Probably one of my best ones. That was like a
the
fun
only ones
course,
you
too.
actually remember. Well, you only remember the fun courses. The courses you actually had to take for reasons you don't remember jack shit of.
Oh no.
And
You're not wrong. But you chat casually
Sure.
with Vorgir, and after a while, he gets up and he saunters off, and you see a few people in passing. You see at one point Vic comes in from outside, and he heads upstairs, and a few minutes later, he comes down. He's got a pitcher of water with him, and as he heads back outside.
Oh.
But for the most part, it's fairly quiet at the moment.
Okay. I will scrounge up something to eat then, and then I will just continue just hanging out in the main area.
Well, you head upstairs and you enter the. You go to the kitchen. You kind of knock on the door, and Cran opens the door and just looming over you, and is like,
Hello? I was wondering if there's something I could possibly eat. An apple? A pear? Possibly a ham sandwich?
she closes the door, and Annie, you hear Theo at the door as you're helping out with Cran. Cran just goes and pulls a crate out from, or one of the boxes out, and grabs a couple of apples or whatnot, and just opens the door up again. Like, here, this will tide you over, and then closes
Thank you.
Closes the door.
Turn to Theo, like, I have potatoes. I just go back to cleaning. Just keeping you in the loop.
This is where you're at. Oh. Okay then, and I'm just gonna go back downstairs, sit and hang a little more.
Yep.
And people watch. That's what I'm doing.
As time goes on, eventually it's time for you and Anna to join Theioryn and Vorgir on your shift. So you head outside with them, and at about this time, Kay, you wake to the sound of Merrick moving around the room. He's not exactly the quietest person as he's moving about. But you can hear him what sounds like going through a bag.
So I'm gonna shift in bed so I can get a vague idea of whose bag he's sifting through. But Kay's gonna do that. The common, hey, you readjust in your sleep because you're just
Yeah.
But vaguely with his eyes open, just to make sure he's not.
Roll me a perception check.
Ooh, okay, I can do that. That's a thing. Oh wait, this button. And this button.
That's a nat 1.
Yep, it is.
That's
I'm
our first
real
nat
tired.
1. Yeah, that's our first nat 1.
God
You
damn
just
it.
woke up, so I'm just gonna start that count there.
It's just it hurts me on a spiritual level that my nat 1 is a 6. I'm probably just gonna keep investing in it until I see all. Just K's superpower is he's just gonna be very observant.
So you roll over, and Merrick is standing at his bed and going through a bag, but you're not sure whose bag.
Well, tip for that matter, I guess. I'm just gonna be like, okay. I don't know.
Your bag.
It could be, but I see nothing. And
Why
this is waking up time.
Yeah, Kay literally just woke up.
Throw something at him.
Okay, fine. Kay's gonna grumble arduously. Why are you making so much noise? God, it's so early.
And he just kind of looked back and said, "Oh, get off it. It's time to get up anyways."
That's an opinion.
That's why
Not
I'm up.
necessarily that doesn't mean you're right.
And he's kind of like, and
But Kay's going to take the reaction being very calm and dullard by Dude Bro to be that he wasn't doing anything he was afraid of getting caught doing.
okay.
That's Kay's assumption based on the reaction because yep. And I guess Kay's going to begrudgingly have that 5 minutes of I'm gonna try and just sleep a little longer.
Okay.
Well knowing that it's too late.
That
He's been woken up. He's gonna get up that 5 minutes later and just be like be angry or be that grumpy teenager that he is, just being I don't want to get this is stupid.
Why have to wake up?
Yeah, that just none of that. That's just not a thing that Kay isn't supportive, but more or less he trusts the fact that Dude Bro is rummaging through his own shit and not our shit. But you know,
Okay.
today, anyways.
So you chill out in bed for an extra 5 minutes before finally getting up. And by this point, Merrick's already tucked the bag underneath his bed, and he's headed out of the room.
Is Infinity Abs in our room right now? I need to ask. There are 4 people in our room. Last I checked, there is
Yes.
Merrick, there is you, there is Theo, and there's Infinity Abs Man. And Infinity Abs Man is someone that Kay will oogle. Ogle?
Oh no.
You are in. There's. So yeah, as you're as Merrick's headed out, and you're kind of sitting there, as you're first looking around in the room. There's no one else in here. It was just you and Merrick. As Merrick has left, and you're taking that extra 5 minutes to just kind of convince yourself that it's worth getting out of bed. Infinity Yabs, Vic, does come into the room. And he's, at this point, he's just got a gray shirt on that and he goes and he's and just kind of looks at you and then pulls the shirt off and goes and lays down in bed.
Blanket? No blanket.
No blanket.
These are perfect. Kay is going to slowly get dressed while side-eyeing Vic the entire fucking time. He's just gonna spend his time being like,
Roll me a stealth check.
hey, this is fine. I'm really interested to see how this goes. That's an 8.
That's an 8.
I mean, Kay wasn't hiding it.
Fair.
Fine with this.
Okay.
This is fine. Clearly, he's been noticed checking out Vic, and it's fine. Kay is going to get dressed, side-eyeing and checking out the beautiful infinity-abbed man as the day goes by. This isn't a problem for him. He's going to get dressed and begrudgingly leave, because probably breakfast.
Yeah.
Or at least food is probably around now, and he's going to begrudgingly leave the beautiful sight of which he had to give up. And he's a little disgruntled by it, but he's only disgruntled enough to make everyone else think that he's just a grumpy teenager who's really hungry and not really horny.
Okay. First
I
off,
needed
one of those is always untrue.
that Kay is always hungry or always horny.
Always horny. Well, no.
But none of
Teenagers
you
are
have ever-
always horny and they're always hungry. That is a universal law.
This may be true, but
just-
remember, this isn't
They're
the
hungry for food or
situation that
something
Theo hasn't had to deal with this yet. So there is no circumstance or reason that Theo would have to believe that Kay is setting up tent in his pants. And instead, he's just real hungry for some bacon and eggs, maybe a little bit of sausage. Who knows?
Poor Thea. Oh, there we go. Anna finally caught it.
Boo. Don't ruin breakfast. That is a sacred meal.
You want moons over my hammy?
God.
bring Denny into this. He's a good guy.
So,
I'm gonna buy a paper fan just to whack you with it.
so you get up and as you head out, you can see a large pot has been kind of set out on one of the tables, and there's a kind of porridge-like slop, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think like what how would you describe porridge? Like it is slop. It's like it's not a stew. It's not a soup. It is a slop.
It's porridge.
Okay,
There's
but
porridge.
like let's clarify. It's properly looking porridge and not gross looking porridge, right?
Well, it's gray because of the where you are, but
it's porridge.
yes,
Not gruel.
Like
it's porridge. It's not.
Doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, but it also doesn't look aesthetically disgusting. It's
When you scoop in, you know you're scooping porridge. It's not you scoop in. It's like I've got slime of some sort on this spoon.
Perfect. This is very important to know because also porridge is one of my favorite breakfast meals. Don't do that to me. I mean, I'm ruining sausages and like specialty a restaurant food. So like you do you, I guess.
Oh, I have so
I'm
many.
gonna keep making.
I've got so
Thanks.
many like ways that I could just continue to ruin breakfast, but I'll put those aside for now.
You're the DM.
I
You're
know.
not supposed to ruin breakfast.
Mercy, please, mercy.
So you sit down
Theo
to
wants his eggs scrambled. It's fine.
so you sit down to enjoy your porridge, and it tastes like porridge. Sylvania, you hear the rhythmic ticking of a clock, just tick, 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 and looking around, you're in a very plain stone building. The floor is littered with various odds and ends. Gears, wires, small crystals. Tick, tick, tick.
Dog, are you broken? Where are you?
And as you kind of set up, like you're in a bit of a daze. You look around. There's scorch marks on some of the walls. Across the room, there's a table, various tools, and metal casings strewn about on top. Tick, tick.
You recognize the room?
You do recognize the room. You spent a lot of time here when you were younger. Your teacher built this room specifically for you to work in.
Ah, it's this room.
You find yourself now standing at the table. There's a clock there, but it's been completely dismantled. You kind of look at it and kind of listen. It's like, this can't be the source of this sound. Nothing's moving. But tick, 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 tick. Behind you, you hear metal crash to the floor. And as you spin around, you see what looks like a writhing metallic tentacle twisting beneath a pile of half-built projects. Tick, 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 tick. And as you go to step towards it, thump. You wake with a start as your body hits the floor. Your body now laying sprawled over Dog. Tick, 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 tick. You can hear the sound loud and clear. And as you look back at Dog, the one leg just twitching. And you can, with each twitch, tick, 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 tick. The Dog's leg seems to be the origin of this noise.
Okay, dog. Get fixed.
So as you're pulling open like the leg casing, it doesn't take long to find the source of the noise. A rigid cable that you had inside the leg, it's supposed to be a rigid, it had snapped, but is now pinned down against one of the rotating gears. So every time it rotates, like tick, 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 tick. It doesn't take long for you to rummage through your bag and replace the wire. Like you have got like this other extra wire. You're trying to shove that back in your bag. It's like, I can use that later.
Shoved it in my bag. I shoved it in my hair.
But yeah, you replace cable with the spare from your bag, and the ticking has stopped, as has dog's leg twitching. Not quite sure what caused the leg to start twitching, but or like what caused the wire to snap, but dog's fixed.
Fixed now.
Yep, dog's all fixed up. So it takes you a little bit in the morning to get that all sorted out and fixed up, but once that's done, what are you doing?
I guess I'll go downstairs and go to the sitting area.
You see Kay sitting there at one of the tables, bowl of porridge in front of him, is just bowing down. Large pot of porridge is up on the table still.
I guess I'm having some porridge.
You dig in, and it's not as burnt as you usually had it, but it's still
Tastes
good.
like porridge.
Tastes like porridge.
No, let's not say it tastes still good. Porridge only tastes good when something
smothered in
is
brown
added
sugar.
to it. Well, no, when something is added to it, whether it's brown sugar, fruit, or insert other ingredient of deliciousness, porridge alone is yet again still neutral.
Just like
It
lettuce.
is sustenance. It is not aesthetic. It is not about taste. It's about sustenance.
It's like Mr. Noodles.
Okay, I don't think you like porridge.
I don't not like porridge.
I think you like it either.
Well, I like it when there's sugar or berries or fruit or milk or literally anything that isn't just a grain.
I feel like you got spoiled in what plane did you say you were from again?
Exactly. Rich people know how to eat porridge, damn it.
I don't think the Fae count as rich people.
Exactly, but they're not poor enough not to eat porridge just plain.
So the two of you you consume the porridge. I was gonna say enjoy, but you consume the porridge.
Enjoy
We're
the
gonna-
porridge.
I feel like this is the moment when Kay and Sylvania start discussing the best porridge they've had. Because Kay's is clearly with twigs and berries, amongst other
There's
ingredients.
more than one type of porridge?
You add other ingredients to it. Duh.
Add ingredients to porridge?
You upset me on a fundamental level. This is the most elitist Kay has ever been. He's like, have you never had porridge with sweet things
No.
and like fruit? Like Kay's gonna just like list like
porridge,
fruit,
but, you put the porridge in
nuts.
one spot and you have the fruit in the other spot and you eat them separately.
Okay, so Sil, I love you. You gave me this arm, and this arm is amazing. When we get back to wherever it is we came from,
Are you forgetting
You-
where we came?
yes. I don't know
That's
what
not-
it's called. I've only been there for like 4 weeks. 5 weeks? Maybe 6?
The not Fae.
I don't know. The not Fae. We're gonna teach you how to eat porridge.
Eating porridge right now. I feel like I don't need to be taught how to do that.
Yes, but you need to be taught how to do it better.
Well, any have I? I start checking like my plans.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can always everything that exists can be improved some way for someone. For you, it's introducing multiple flavors to porridge.
See, I'm suddenly
This
just
is okay.
I'm suddenly just imagining now with Sylvania. It's like when it comes to her inventions, she'll mix whatever she can in there and see what happens. When it comes to
When
food,
it
it's
comes
like, no,
to
everything
food-
has to be separate and in its own little container because they can't touch ever.
That is
Yes.
accurate.
Yes. So
It's accurate.
So Kay's new goal, and I would write it down, but I don't know where my book is, so we'll find out. Kay's goal for the short term, when we return to the other plane, is to feed Sylvania porridge with a secondary ingredient. That's it. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be brown sugar, berries, nuts, twigs for all Kay cares. Just mixing it with something else. Instead of the Puritan eater that apparently Syl is.
Alrighty. So over the course of the day, like you see a few people move around. You see Cran come down every once in a while. You see Orbidier come down. He grabs himself a bowl of porridge and he heads back upstairs. You see Merrick after a little while. He just kind of goes outside and you assume just chills out with the people on guard. You see Thimold come out of his room. And it's the first time we've actually seen Thimold without his helmet on. He's got a bit more of a rigid jawline, short blonde hair, or what you assume would be blonde. It's kind of white, gray, like grayish, but you'd assume probably a blonde or light color along that lines, if it had color. And like hair on his head, and he goes and he kind of sits down in the chair and just watch him twist and twist, and just hear that like line of cracks as his back just like all the way up, and just like
Pop, 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 pop.
yep, snap, crackle, and holy fuck those pops. Yeah, sits down and so how are things going with Merrick and the elf? And he's looking at UK.
Oh,
Sorry, Kay like choked a little bit
Oh, no,
on
I can't
his
hear you.
porridge that he was eating as the question was asked. Is like, well, Merrick seems to be what is the word? Is it like a kleptomaniac, someone who's obsessed with all of their things? Kay's like, I think it's this. I'm not entirely sure. Merrick seems to be very possessive over all of his shit, and Theo is very offended that Merrick is so obsessive over his shit that he feels the need to insult other people in regards to it. So there's
Why'd you put it, Talia? Merrick is a prick? Yeah, I think he's a prick. See? She said it. Thinks he's a prick.
So there's a little bit of tension between those two. I think they should work a shift together personally. That I think would help like them get the it'll either make the tension explode or it'll make them be kinder to each other. One of the two. But I'd bet
Tension explode. Ooh.
I think that would be a more ideal kind of scenario. Those two are just is very strange. Kay being very blunt and completely and totally honest as he eats his porridge and almost chokes on it.
Oh, keep it in mind.
Which is, choking on porridge. That's a...
You're not supposed to inhale it, Kay.
I'm hungry.
You are not a porridge fish. You do not inhale porridge. You do not breathe porridge. Ian attempts to see if he's a fish every once in a while, and it never goes well for him.
What, do you not breathe water frequently? It's not that hard.
Oh, he does. It just doesn't end well.
Doesn't it?
Nope.
Don't you just oxidize the water? Jeez.
Nope.
What kind of humans are you?
Bad ones, apparently.
Yeah, jeez. You need to optimize that skill. I should have been an Olympic swimmer. It would have been so much better.
But Thimold sits with you and just makes casual conversation for a while. And also chats with you, Sylvania. Just casually, just discussing, trying to get a feel of like how the two of you are adjusting to being at the temple.
It's weird. But I think Kay goes on a little bit of a ramble, with the high points being that this place is weird. Not the temple itself, but just the dimension still kind of throwing him for a loop every now and again. The temple, the people are pretty cool. They're like pretty bitchin'. And yeah, so for the most part, like free food all the time, and he doesn't get yelled at for eating. It's great.
And then Sylvania?
Having realized that everything is colorless, I'm like, wait, what color is my hair?
And he kind of looks at it and is like,
It's gray.
Gray?
No, what color is it when it's not here?
Darker gray. Which is what Kay responds.
Yeah, because has never
Kay's
seen you with not gray hair.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know,
and
but it was like a guessing thing. It's like, what color was it when it wasn't gray?
You want me to guess? Okay.
Yes.
And he's just kind of like looking at you, he's like, are you brunette?
Sort of.
And Kay's absolutely going to say a stupid thing like number sign 442F7.
And
because he's just going to spew words out of his mouth because K.
Those are letters and symbols, not words.
It doesn't matter. It's K.
I remember the day it all went wrong with the spelling bee. I wasn't even close. I was using numbers and stuff.
Oh god. I was using numbers.
It's like, what do you mean, sort of?
Well, I am a brunette, but my hair is not currently brown.
Then what? Well, currently it's gray.
Well, I mean, like, even not here, it is not currently brown.
What color is it?
Oh, it's my favorite color. It's purple.
Is the cat also purple? Because like he's looking at like the gray of the dog and the gray of your hair. It's like it's relatively close in tones. So it's like, is the cat also purple?
No, but that is a great idea.
Thanks for giving her ideas.
Just for reference, though, the general color range of the hex code I gave, even though I did terrible and I only gave 5 numbers, is still purple. So I just want to give credit to spewing out random bullshit numbers, and it's still ending up being purple, and I'm kind of proud of that.
That's fair.
Just want to throw that out there.
So you chat for a while, and over the course of the day, as I said, like various people come in and out. But then as things start getting towards when you're going on shift, You see Anna and Theo coming into the building. Thimmel at this point has gone upstairs to don his armor. Merrick's gone off to the room. What are the four of you doing?
So we're all together now?
Yes, you're currently all together in the main hall.
Kay! So, I haven't seen you in what feels like days, although I've definitely heard Kate snoring.
Hi!
How are you two adjusting?
I don't like black and white. I want to go
Did you
home.
adjust something?
No, I don't have anything to adjust still. Thank you very much for asking, though. Unless Kay over here needs some adjustments with his arm.
He doesn't like it when I do that while he's asleep, apparently.
No. I will admit, I also kind of find that creepy because you work until about 4 in the morning, and I actually can't go into a trance if you're right beside me, I've discovered. But anyway, that's for another
It's fear of being lit on fire.
yeah, that's for another time.
I do.
What do you two have right now? Are you going on
GM?
patrol?
What do we have right now? We're going on. Are Syl and I next for patrol, and
Yeah,
those
Syl-
two are going to bed right away?
Yeah. Right now is basically like Anna and Theo had just finished off like doing a lap around, and then they're heading into the temple for their rest period. Meanwhile, Tassarim and Vorgir are doing their last lap around. They'll be coming in shortly. And then it's for Kay and Sylvania. You're going to be heading out on guard once the other two come back in, and Thimmel just finished putting on his armor.
I want gossip. Who has some?
Sylvania,
you
you're also
learned?
breathing into your mic for a bit.
I'm wondering if maybe there's somewhere we can talk not in the main hall? Possibly?
Not me, because I wasn't pushing to talk.
And it might
Might be
be
Theo.
Theo.
I'm gonna move this way, so because it might be
Yeah, it might be the fan blowing across
might be a
here.
fan blowing on me.
Yeah, that's better.
Yes, wondering if there's somewhere we could maybe not talk that is not the main area. Does anyone feel like going outside really quickly?
You do.
Kay's like, but I'm gonna go outside for the next 4 hours.
Also, Theo, you would know
Sorry.
that
Yeah.
both Tassarim and Vorgir are still outside.
Oh, they're outside. Okay, in the main area. Okay, well, let's go. I don't know, sit at a table or something.
Aren't we already at a table?
Well, Kay
Are
and
we at a
Sylvania
table
are.
yet?
Yeah. If,
Okay.
When you guys come in, if you want to sit down at the table too, then
Join
absolutely.
them really quickly at the table, and I'll say, I don't know what everyone's been doing lately, but I found out that we didn't get a full tour of the place. There's a floor up, and I'll very, very, very cautiously say, "Go." There's a third floor.
It was kind of obvious. They didn't show us where the light thing came from. Or
No.
the thing is,
Also,
that has to be a different floor.
yes. Also, it's behind an arcane lock.
Aren't you magic?
Magic
Can't
lock.
you do something about that?
I can't do anything about a magic lock. I don't know about you two though.
Who are
I
you
point
pointing
to
to when
I'm
you say
I'm,
you two?
I'm pointing to Anna and Syl because I know
Okay.
it's not
Kind
you.
of magic lock.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, not me yet. Like, I can tell you if there's a portal or a gateway or some shit that we need to rip the fuck open to get out of here. I can't tell you if there's I can't open a magical lock.
Kind of magic lock.
Hopefully one day I can just put 2 portals on the side of a door and walk through it.
Arcane lock, and I'm pretty sure that it summons something because its school is an aberration.
I cannot help with that. I can put spiders in the lock. That's about it.
Theoretically,
I
kick
think that'll-
the lock. I've accidentally locked myself into a few places and had to get out.
I'm not surprised.
Really? I wonder if maybe someone could go on another walk? Possibly? With friends? It's just a, or, you know, a sleepwalk?
So,
It really hurt to take the lock while sleeping.
I mean,
Yes.
Kay was bored, but I decided to determine what Kay would do based on a card I drew from the deck. This is the card I drew from the deck.
So Kay's
We
doing
can't
nothing?
see it.
No,
It's a blank.
Oh god.
So Kay does nothing.
So, as such, Kay is really interested in not doing anything at this particular moment.
That's fine. Just
So
gathering information.
Kay's just like, no. Like, Kay's not really even willing to talk to you because he's having a moment of feelings about things, and he doesn't want to talk to Theo about them. Never mind anyone else in the party, because he doesn't know how to react to his bodily responses to circumstance or infinity packs.
Translation:
So,
Kay can't stand up at the table right now, or he's gonna knock it over.
Okay.
well, he might knock something over. I don't know if it's the entire table or not.
Something else that's interesting, I learned that not everyone goes upstairs all the way to the top. Only 2 people do. One is Orbideer, and the other one is
He-Man-Door!
Yes, He-Man-Door. So, just
2
something
people
maybe
of
to keep in the
interest.
back of maybe just keep that in the back of your mind.
I can try and get chummy with He-Man-Door.
That would be good.
Since I don't think Syl's gonna be successful in that category.
Well, she could be successful. We honestly, we should. I also
I
think
mean,
that
she
if there's
tried
an
to murder
opportunity-
him once.
Maybe not He-Man-Door, but getting past an arcane lock if she thinks she can do it. Although it's an arcane lock, I don't know.
She's probably got a glove for that.
Although we want to try and do it discreetly.
I'm now just
She's
imagining
probably got
Sylvania
a
pulling
glove
out.
for that.
I'm just imagining Sylvania pulling out a glove. It's like, go gadget lockpick, and just like.
She would.
Artificers don't get access to knock, but that would be a great way to flavor knock.
I was just thinking, I'm like, if only I fucking had knock. As soon as I found that door, I was like, damn it.
Although, see, for knock, I think it'd probably be more so like one of those like gloves where it's like you pull the trigger and it fires up the giant boxing glove. Because knock also creates a very loud noise, so that would create a very loud noise.
It sure does.
It's just a metal gauntlet fist, like spiked fist, that just goes through the door.
For Sylvania, it's this pick that comes out, it goes into the lock, and then it just
Explodes.
explodes.
It just explodes. So, but anyway, that's kind of what I figured. Pit out. Do we still have? I don't know how many days we still have here. We're still going to be here for many, many, many months. So, do your best.
Make friends. Speaking of friends, and the juicy gossip I want to talk about.
Yes.
Cranberry's amazing. Nobody
Okay.
be mean to her. She's wonderful.
Oh, okay.
And what friends have you guys made?
She
Who do you
gave-
like?
I haven't made a friend. I've made an enemy.
I want to be on shift with Vic.
I walked in on him training.
Oh.
It was I'm not saying anything. I just felt it very inappropriate to stay in the room. That's all I'm going to say.
You started counting his abs, didn't you?
I may have counted up to 9 and then I had to leave.
They just keep going.
About face turn and then I left.
Still, what about you?
His bed is next to mine.
I learned that I have strange dreams here. I saw a dog as before dog. It's been a long time.
You saw dog before. Dog? Was dog? Like, you mean when dog was...
Tentacles.
I'm sorry, didn't you build dog?
Yes.
So
So
was
did
dog
you see
something...
dog when dog was a blueprint? Dog when dog was tentacles?
Before
Dog.
Dog. Back when dog was just supposed to, not be alive.
Not be alive? Like...
You created life, or you created something that
Dogs seem
fakes
to
it?
have a mind of their own now. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh. How did that happen?
It's a good question.
Oh.
Haven't been able to replicate it yet.
Not for lack
But
of
dog is
trying.
supposed to be like Kay's arm, where I would control it.
Mm-hmm.
Dog is usually an okay listener sometimes.
That's some realization for Kay that you tried to make it so you could control Kay's arm.
That's so
But
chaotic.
the person who's in charge of it controls it. So a third party controls it, doesn't control itself, is what I meant by that statement.
Suddenly, Kay is just randomly killing people, going, stop it, crazy arm, stop it.
It's not me,
So,
whack. It's Sylvania controlling this whack.
when did dog become their own person? If you don't mind me asking. Like, what?
DM, do you have a plan for that yet? Or am I just
You'd built dog initially, and dog, at least for the first while, did not appear to exhibit any unique behaviors. But during some of the many reconstructions of dog, you notice some changes in the behavior. It was never like they are completely robotic and like completely just exactly as intended to they have their own personality. It was like a very gradual shift that you just started noticing that certain tweaks, certain traits that just they start to exhibit.
approximately when did that start happening? That's probably when I would say.
You took note of it probably about a year after you built dog.
A few years ago then?
Oh.
Good, so my arm isn't going to randomly start doing its own things for another 11 months or so.
Well,
Maybe
you
12.
Well, maybe. Dog is a rather intricate piece of work. I'm not sure how intricate your arm is. And
Dog
considering
is
that
all
it's much...
own design, where I did have a blueprint for your arm.
Yes. Also, your arm is still like your arm, which is very tiny, which was connected to a part that was cursed. So it could just be that you maybe are still cursed, and maybe your arm will just go crazy faster. Or maybe your arm will just go insane because it's attached to you.
So,
I think your arm
out of
could start
sarcasm,
those
Kay
spikes
wants to
that would
try
crash
and reach on, like using his metal possessed arm, apparently, wants to grab onto, like, a part of Theo and just casually start to squeeze. But, like, it just gradually becomes tighter, but I'm assuming I'm gonna need to roll something in this instance to see if I actually successfully grab Theo.
Theo, are you attempting to avoid Kay's grab?
Yeah, of course I am.
Okay, so then I guess this would be
Dexterity for both of us?
I guess I'm doing a
yeah.
dexterity.
This would be just a straight dexterity check for both of you.
Okay.
10 from Kay, but a 5 from
My
Theo.
dexterity's not that great.
So you managed to
So-
get it. You managed to get a hold of like Theo's like bicep and just like
Oh. Ow. Ow.
So it's gonna start off being like I'm just like being like caressing you, but then it's just gonna
muscle. Why
start.
are you doing this?
I don't know why I'm doing this, Theo. My arm is possessed. It's cursed. It's doing things on its own as Kay just continues to mildly, like very incrementally, like just enough to be noticeable, and then he stays there for a bit, and then he squeezes just a tiny bit tighter. But he doesn't know. He doesn't know how like hard it is, because he can't feel that.
If
He just knows that
bruises,
he's
I'm not healing you.
incrementally just getting tighter. I'm like,
Ah!
I can't do anything about it. You're the one that said
It
my
has-
arm was cursed.
Yes, it is cursed. I'm just
It's
saying.
attached to you.
It's cursed.
I
Ow.
mean, you should get Sylvania to check this shit out, apparently, because apparently it has a mind of its
I'm
own.
still working on it. Ow.
Then
All
Kay's
right,
gonna just casually let go.
Ow. Oh, damn it.
I don't know. The armor has a mind of its own. You
Oh,
said it
the
yourself.
That's the last time I heal your bumps and bruises.
You're never
Well-
the one to heal my bumps and bruises.
Yeah, it's
The
only
last- I'm
Sunsworth.
I always get the fucking slug.
Anna smiles at this.
Smiles.
Okay, so monitor your dreams, I guess, everyone. Maybe pay attention to that.
I don't think I've had any. I don't. Yeah,
Right, you
I don't.
meditate.
I don't think I really had any dreams since I've got here. To be honest,
Hmm.
mind you, I sleep differently than the rest of you.
That's a good point. Well,
Also, just for fun, if you see Merrick, trip him.
okay.
Or, even better, throw a rock at him.
I am just concerned based off of what happened the last time you told Sylvania to minorly inconvenience someone and you nearly had Kaylin on
Minorly
fire.
inconvenience my ass. She tried to light me on fire.
But don't kill him. The man thinks Kay and I are thieves. And I don't like that.
Excuse you. The man thinks you're a thief.
Yes, I do wonder if he has anything important worth stealing. But still, he called me a thief, and I hate that. So, if you have an opportunity, trip him.
Okay, I understand.
And Kay just thinks about the opportunities that he has had to look into Merrick's bag, and he's just instead chose to stare at abs or, like, sleep in.
You know what we are going to do, though? I think when I get back to our bunk, I'm going to move everything 3 inches to the left. That's what I'm going to do.
So the group of you chat for a little bit, then you hear the clank, clank, clank as you hear Thimold coming down the stairs.
I kind of wanted to make sure that, like, I should have said this beforehand, but I kind of wanted to make sure that we were the only ones kind of in the area and,
Yeah, well,
like, talking hushly.
Yeah, you were the only ones in the hall while your guys were having the discussion. That being said, you knew that Merrick had gone off to his room, and Thimold had gone upstairs to go get his armor on.
Yeah, as long as we were, like, aware that we were talking all hush-hush.
Yep.
Group huddle.
Well, there were definitely moments.
There was
during that
definitely bouts.
discussion
That's
where
fine.
Kay was not being
Subtle.
hush. Kay isn't, like, unless you tell Kay to be subtle, he's not going to be subtle. He's going to be Kay. And even if you tell him to be subtle, there's a chance he's not going to be subtle
Yeah,
because
I was about to say that. It's like,
Yet
even if you
again-
tell Kay to be subtle, he's still just going to be Kay.
well, he might be subtle, but you have to convince him that being subtle is worthwhile. Like that there's a creepy, crazy bird monster chasing us above the river rafting on, and if he's not quiet, something's gonna try and eat him, like a giant alligator monster from underneath his boat. Probably capable of making him be quiet.
Yeah, that's fair.
You've been through a lot, okay.
All since he met your group. Before that, all he did was kill a farmer's pig. And start
And
eating
live
it.
in another dimension.
Yeah, but since you got to the material plane, you killed a pig, and then everything just went downhill from there.
Pig wasn't even that good.
He cooked it wrong.
No, it was like C grade at best. Like, give me that AAA pork, please.
So as Thimold comes down and he kind of motions to Sylvania and Kay to join him and goes and knocks on the door, and Merrick comes out as well as they head out for the watch. Anna and Theo, it's hitting the time when you'd be going to rest. So, Anna and Theo, I guess, or Theo, as you head into the room, and you can see Infinity Yabs laying there on his bed.
Is he awake?
Nope, he's still
Okay.
just casually napping. But roll me a. Are you gonna move the stuff on Merrick's bed now, or?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a
Very
stealth check.
quietly. As quietly as I can, which of course won't be very quietly because my stealth is. Oh dear, that's a 20.
Double
That's
20.
yeah.
19.
It's like, oh, it's not gonna be
Double
very
that.
good because hey, 20s. Not
Yeah,
20,
good
but you
job.
rolled a 19.
It's not going to be very good historically because I'm terrible at being stealthy. But when it's out of bite in the tiniest of
When I
ways,
But
Dorm
it doesn't
room
matter. It's going to be great.
Dorm room pranks.
So you go and
If he's not
It's just
careful, I'm gonna
every-
TP everything next.
you shift everything left, and so like the pillows hang partially off the bed. All the blankets are no longer like up against the wall; they're now like pulled forward, away from the edge of the
I
bed.
moved the whole bed.
The bed has
3
been
inches.
moved 3 inches further away from the wall. It's just, everything he has all been shifted just 3 inches left incrementally, and then you go and you sit down on the bed and start to meditate. Out after about 20 minutes or so of you start to meditate, Vic does get up, and so he's kind of stretching and goes and grabs his shirt and just kind of putting that on. And he's got his back to you
Oh,
at the
no.
moment.
Oh no.
And so he puts on
No.
the shirt and then kind of looks over your way. Are your eyes open or closed at the moment?
They're open.
He kind of looks to you and
They're open, and I nod back.
then he turns and
Yep.
walks out the door.
That's a crime. That's a crime.
What's
That
a
can't
crime?
exist. I watched the back ripple.
I mean, the front is
That's a crime.
The front abs go to infinity, and the
back goes to beyond.
Yep.
Exactly.
That goes to beyond.
Amazing.
So, like, let's be honest.
Or I guess the back goes to behind, but
Vic needs to be a party member, or like a guest. We need
Hi,
to
what's
convince. We need to convince Vic to leave. I don't know how long he's been here, but I would be thoroughly impressed if I could visit him every so often.
Ugh.
But
It's
I'm
not
working
fun.
on that relationship, so you know.
by staring.
It's just we've known it. We've been present in each other's locale for what, 2 days? I don't just saunter up to someone and be like, "Yo, Anna, I like you."
It's because you're not a bard.
Bang, okay?
Could you imagine how spiteful Kay would be if Vic started to like Theo?
Don't give the DM ideas.
I would kill myself laughing.
That would not be good.
Oh, I would be laughing hard too. That'd be hilarious.
No.
Kay would be fuming all the time.
Love triangle.
Wouldn't
Well,
be a
not
love
exactly.
triangle.
Yeah,
It would be like completely like it would just be like Kay trying to undermine their entire relationship the entire fucking time. Like I don't even know. Like at this point, it very much seems like Theo is trying to repress his feelings. Kay is trying to understand his feelings, and we don't know where Vic stands, and it's really upsetting both of us.
Both of us.
It's just
Yes!
okay.
Oh.
You're the one that's like that should be illegal.
Oh
That's
no! I
not-
walked into the room and then I walked out.
Did you? I thought you went to bed, and he walked out.
Well,
No, when
Okay.
Theo walked in on Vic while he was training. When he was
While
training
he
the
was training.
statue
Well,
around.
when he was
walked out.
training, we're referring to now.
Oh.
Yet again, you're repressing your actual emotions. Kay is trying to understand his. Vastly different. I want to put my face up against the infinity abs and rub it there. Okay? You just want to watch.
Oh no. Okay.
So the you as you rest up, Annah, when you head up to your room, you see Cran currently laying on her bed. She is asleep. Are you doing anything at the moment, or are you just calling into bed yourself?
When I was doing my little fun times through the storeroom and stuff, did I find any like paper?
Yes, you did find some just like empty notebooks and stuff like that.
Okay. Would I be able to go grab a piece, and I want to fold it into like one of those fortune teller? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the little diamond-shaped fortune teller box.
Yeah,
Yep.
the actual name of it. I
Like
can't.
a color.
Yeah, I don't remember what they're called, but we all know exactly what you're talking about.
It's a paper fortune teller. Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm gonna make one for Cran and just have like really nice things in the note and leave it beside her on the bed before I go to sleep.
Okay.
Oh.
Yet again, I feel like this is the first moment that we're all trying to build relationships with other characters, and this is very strange. Except for Kevin. Kevin could have been an amazing pet, but fucking Theo.
I was taking care of it.
Like, that's the thing. Kevin is gonna come back to fuck us up at some point, and I am... Kay is gonna be so conflicted.
Kevin riding on a Kruthnik.
Oh, he's gonna be.
See, Anna,
like
you're putting the ends in the Kruthik now.
He's going to be like a kobold, like grand general. Like he's going to be like the commander in chief of the military of kobolds.
So good.
Riding like a part of the Kruthnik alliance.
Kruthik.
And
there's no N.
I don't care.
You all like to put N's
right
in
now.
those.
I'm so sorry.
It's irrelevant. It's gonna be an alliance specifically against us because we keep fucking up their shit. It's not gonna be like a war against the dwarves. It's not gonna be a war against Aminodel. No, it's literally just going to be the two species united to murder us. And Syl, because she's a part of our team now, I guess. They won't know who she is, and she's just like, you're with them.
Guilty by association.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I go straight to bed after that.
Okay. So you guys all get... It only takes a couple of days to kind of realize and fall into the general rhythm of rest, get up, have some free time, take your shift on guard, rinse, repeat. And so it continues day after day. A couple of questions during this time. So are you continue trying to make times where you're able to like meet up as a group and kind of discuss things you've learned?
I think so.
Casually, but like not like
Yeah. Not like every day on Wednesday at 4:00 we all get together and reconvene
it's
what
like-
we find.
Yeah, it's when you cross paths kind of thing, not...
yeah. But like not even always. Like I can absolutely see there being days where Kay prioritizes, like if he doesn't have anything to share, he prioritizes like training with Vic or whomever as opposed to chilling out with the fam and giving
Watch
them
me do
the
push-ups, Vic.
details.
Watch me do push-ups.
Yeah.
Oh, how many
Hey-
push-ups I can do,
Hey-
Vic?
Kay does want to get stronger, and I mean, what better way to get stronger than fighting against someone who's objectively stronger than you?
And Theo, you have the orb given to you by Ithariel.
Mm-hmm.
Are you using it at all?
At the moment, no, I'm not using it.
So you're not sending any messages to Ithariel to update her.
Oh, I might give her one message saying, where in
Weekly, daily,
no,
monthly.
like I pull it out when I'm by my fucking self, and I just like hold it up and I go, we are currently gathering information on how to complete our task, and then it's gonna take some time, unfortunately, and then I stuff it back in.
Okay.
So
Okay, and you send the message, and later that day, you just hear a message back in your head of,
Mhm.
just try not to take too long, okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So ultimately, we need to get through that door.
So, Sylvania, over the course of the next about week or so, you repeatedly ask people to let you see the shield and the light magic, and this is met with consistent reluctance and promise of perhaps later from Orbideer. He still seems very wary and unsure. You are consistently showing off your inventions to anyone who will look. Ehrman, the human cleric, takes particular interest in your inventions. He heard about you pummeling Emendor with the wooden sword, which he found absolutely hilarious. And so what he actually ended up doing is he set up 10 targets around the outer perimeter of the temple as sort of a game. He hooked them up to ropes so that he could move them back and forth, just kind of like bobble them back and forth. But he was wanting to see if you'd be willing to partake in a challenge of trying to essentially snipe them with your catapult.
Do it.
Is that something you'd want to participate in?
Yes.
Okay. So there are 10 targets in total. So you... How many spell slots does Sylvania have?
I have 3 level 1 spell slots.
Okay. So you could theoretically cast it up to 3 or make 3 attempts a day. Keep in mind, each attempt would also require a roll on the mat, or roll to see if you surge, because those are level 1 spells.
Should do it anyways because we need entertainment. I mean, what?
I'll do 2 a day. That way I have that spell slot in case, and 1 spell slot left in case something crazy happens.
Okay. So roll me attack rolls for them, because they technically they don't get dex saves because they are inanimate objects, but Vic's got them moving. So it's basically just the timing of trying to hit them. So roll me 2 for the first day.
19 and 22.
Wow.
So the first day you go out there and you hook your little rock, and he's got like various things. He's got some like branch that he's kind of sharpened the tips on, a few like wooden stakes, some medium-sized rocks and all that kind of stuff. And he just, the first day you go and hook up your little rocks to them and just launch these down the hill and just obliterate those first 2 targets. And you did not surge on either of those. Okay. The second day, give me your next 2 attacks.
Nat 20 and 11.
So the first shot, you hit it right dead center. Like he'd painted on a little like bullseye on one of them, and you hit it dead center, or at least you think you hit it dead center, because there was no more target after this thing hit. It was just gone. The second one does hit, although you clipped like just on the very edge of the target as it was like bobbling. But you did still hit it, and he's like kind of nodding, so you did not surge on that second day either. So that's 4 targets in a row. Let's go for the next day. (24 and 22).
Oh God.
Once again, you just destroy these next 2 targets. Just and like he's getting to the point like he's like pulling them faster and faster, trying to get you to miss, but you just on point each time. Okay, let's go for 7 and 8.
I wish these rolls were in
This
actual
is
combat.
actually
Yeah.
style.
I know you had an 11 as your lowest roll. Everything else has been 19 or higher. And then a 20 and a 23, so keeping up your route.
Yep.
And
God-
so once
God
again,
damn it, Phil.
and so
I
just
want,
a couple
like,
more, just like
I so desperately want a magic surge. I want something entertaining to happen.
I'm
mean,
hitting the target. Is that not entertaining?
oh, like
Pretty
and
entertaining.
he
That is
sets them up.
entertaining, but
so
I'm
that-
not watching.
Well, you can watch if you. Well, actually, yeah, you are watching, Kay, because this like most of this is being.
Oh, am
like-
I on the same? I'm on the exact same patrol.
Yeah, you're
or
on the same
I thought I
rotation.
was-
So you and Sylvania are both in the same rotation.
Well, perfect. In which case, Kay is
Yeah.
just. He's entertained, but he wants something extravagant to happen. Because after the first 2 days of perfection, Kay's getting annoyed.
he
he
wants
wants-
something to explode.
Mostly because he's seen Syl in combat, and he wants to see Syl fail. Mostly because we're not currently being attacked by anything. That's what Kay wants, because Kay knows that if he was to get in a fight with Syl, he'd probably lose, especially if Dog was involved.
Still
Fair.
scares Theo.
Okay, let's go with the.
I see like
Dog can
the
do.
remains of the stuff after when we go, and I'm just like, she terrifies me.
Okay, let's roll those
Haven't
last
seen
two.
me use dog yet. 2 more.
Yep, the last two.
18 and 20.
So
Oh,
you
God.
rolled an 11, and then everything else was 18 or higher. And so this last one, you're like running along, and you've got like the two like pikes in your hand, and you're like turn to like launch the one down. You keep or you're like riding dogs, like gallop, and like launch the last one, just obliterate these targets. And even
Even your two D100s were good. What?
Yep.
But yeah, over the course time, like you're having a blast chatting with Airman, and just like he keeps trying to make it harder to hit these targets, but you're able to just snipe them each time, and he's thoroughly impressed. And while you're chatting with Airman, you manage to learn a couple of things. The spell shield, because you're during this time you're constantly badgering him with questions, and you learn that the spell shield is a spell that's being channeled through something, which is amplifying its power and size. Airman doesn't necessarily know what it's being channeled through. Doesn't know what it's being channeled through. He just doesn't know. But
It's being channeled through something, which means if you broke it, it'd probably stop working.
Theoretically, yes. You also learn that Emendor is primarily the one who maintains the barrier, and he devotes a portion of each of his days to rebolstering the shield. Though Orbiter is also capable of bolstering it if needed.
So I can't just take out one of them. I'd have to take out both of them.
That is some Fallout Bethesda stuff right there. Oh, if I just kill you, problem solved.
I mean, if you nuke Megaton, all those people's opinions aren't a problem anymore.
Yeah, Megaton doesn't have any issues if it doesn't exist. Okay. Over the course of the next week, you convinced Thimmel to spar with you a bit. You realize very quickly that sparring with him while he has his armor on, he's practically a wall. There's several occasions where you land what you feel should have been a very solid blow, to which he didn't even flinch. You also get the sense that he very much favors counterattacking more than he prefers to make the initial assault. he also tells you, like, over the course of the time while you're training, like, you kind of get him talking about some of the others. Merrick is quick-tempered, and while he's a good shot, he tends to jump the gun while attacking. Though Thimble is trying to break him of that habit and get him to be a bit more patient. Tassareem is a brawler, preferring to fight either hand-to-hand or with her Tongfa. She is very fast in combat and very hard to lay a hand on, very hard to get a solid hit on. Vorgir, very much straight and to the point with his fighting. He picks one target, and he will keep attacking them until they are dealt with, at which point he will pick a new target, rinse, repeat. He doesn't reevaluate situations much during combat. Emandor is primarily a backline healer, primarily, though he does have some offensive spells at his disposal as well. Vic is rash. He is very, very much so prefers full frontal assaults, and while he does have a tendency of getting injured more than others during combat, he also has the durability to just keep fighting through it and not care.
Vic likes full frontal.
Full frontal.
Thank
Well,
you
that's
for
awesome.
saying it. I wanted
Phrasing-
to.
Oh, believe me, the phrasing
What?
was intentional.
This is just. It's very important that Kay is the only one making these jokes tonight.
Over the course of the week as well, you do manage to get Vic to I'd say spar with you, but that is a very inaccurate description of what happens to you.
I'm getting pinned a lot, aren't I?
Well, he gives you a wooden sword and a shield. Neither of which are intact by the end of your bout.
I can say I tried.
You tried. You managed to land one blow on him. You don't think it did anything. But yeah, you during the during the one-sided brawl with Vic, you do have one period where he gets you in a bear hug. So he's got his arms around you and is squeezing you very firmly against his pecs. The twing, that little twinge in your back, the crack in your back has now also been relieved as while he squeezed it, felt that pop.
Oh. So Kay only when Kay is being squished against Vic's pecs, the only feelings he has are pleasure. That's what I'm getting at right now, because like he sparingly crushed my body so hard it actually fixed the problems in my back instead of maintaining them or adding more, and Kay got to be almost skin to skin with the Infinity Pack. Like, yo, Kay is enjoying learning so much from Vic right now.
Theo's just like, I don't even want to look at you right now.
Theo's not even present in this bout. Kay is just learning so much more about everything.
You do also still feel very sore after the bout with Vic, obviously, and for good reason.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
We'll go with that.
Truth of the... Yeah, exactly. See, it's fine.
What doesn't kill you may live to fight, or may live to do it another day.
It's not today, and this is what's important.
Theo, you spend over the course of the week, you spend much of the time keeping mostly to yourself, kind of flying under the radar for the most part to all but Merrick. You've opted to turn him into your own outlet for amusement.
Yeah, I did.
Whenever he's on duty, you take time out of your day to enjoy the simple pleasures, like fucking with this stuff.
Yep.
One day you go and you neatly fold all his blankets and stack them in a nice neat pile in the center of his bed and place his pillow on top. Right in the center of the cot. Another day you pull the entire cot out and turn the whole thing around. One day just for shits and giggles, you roll me a dexterity check.
Ooh, dexterity. Just straight dexterity or
Just straight
dexterity saving throw?
Just straight dexterity check.
6.
You tried to turn his blanket into like one of those like
A swan.
Yeah, like a swan or like
a
a towel animal of some sort. But unfortunately, you're like I think I remember how to do this. But you're trying. Eventually, you do like
You don't remember
just,
how to do this.
You don't remember, so you just throw his pillow into the middle of his bed and just pile all like wrap the blanket up into just one big jumble and leave it sitting there at the foot of his bed. And on one day you decide to write a note. Don't worry, nothing has been stolen. You're welcome.
I checked.
And you go to tuck it into his bag when curiosity strikes you.
Okay.
And you take a quick peek to make sure no one is around. Roll me a perception check.
Not one.
You are
I'm
completely
rolling
alone.
shit tonight. Huh?
You are completely alone. As you go and so you open up his bag and you kind of pull out everything one by one.
Shit.
There's a plain dagger in a worn leather sheath. There's a couple of sets of just plain clothes, a small pouch with a few gold. And initially that seems to be all that's in his bag.
I stuff it straight back in there.
And as you're stuffing things back in, a small paper slips out from that had been folded into one of the shirts and falls to the ground. You pick it up and you can see some writing on the back. It's Elvish.
Okay.
It says,
which I can read.
Yep. We're so proud of you for getting into the academy. We'll see you in the summer when your first term finishes. Be sure to write. And looking at the note, the edges of the paper have singe marks on them. When you turn the paper over, it's a picture. The picture's of a slightly younger Merrick. A human woman holding a small child, and an elf man with his arm around the woman and his other hand on Merrick's shoulder. Everyone is smiling. What are you doing?
So younger Merrick.
We already know he's a half elf.
Elf man, and then a woman.
A human woman who's also holding another small child.
I gotta hold this down. I tuck it straight back into the shirt I found it folded into.
Okay.
And I stuff it back in.
Roll me a dexterity check.
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
Well, you've already 13. Got your crit 1. Like, you can't get 2 in a row.
Nathan, I rolled 6 nat 1s in a row.
No, it was 5.
That was the joke.
My
Jamie.
Bonus action, I have a special bonus action, and that's crying. Roll 20 hates me.
Okay, so you tuck it back in, and then you try and put everything back into the bag the way you found it. Are you putting the note of nothing's been stolen, you're welcome into I checked. Are you putting that into the bag?
I'll put it on top of the bag. Not in the bag, on top of the bag.
Okay.
Oh.
Or nothing's been stolen.
Oh,
you added
man.
the I checked, so that's written on that note, unless you're writing a new note.
Yeah, I'm gonna write a new note.
Okay.
I'm writing a new note. that
Don't
says
worry, nothing's been stolen. You're welcome.
Don't worry. You're welcome.
Theo's gonna, out of all of us currently, Theo's the one that's gonna get us dead. Let's just be honest. Theo's gonna,
It's just
in this
Eric.
it's just Merrick.
Just Eric. Nothing's been stolen. You're welcome.
Yeah, but you're just he's gonna blow up and like cast Meteor Storm or some
Maybe.
bullshit. And it's just
If
we're
he
all
casts
gonna
Meteor Storm,
die.
I'll make sure he does it at the locked door, where I can dodge.
I mean, if he casts Meteor Storm, the building's gonna be gone.
Then we
And
just
succeed.
and then we succeed. I don't see anything wrong with this. I just have to run faster than the meteor storm, which I might not be able to, but
There's
I
not
have a friend
chance.
who can turn into a panther and does have a slug.
Because a slug is gonna heal you from a meteor wound.
Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, no, I and the old note I wrote, I set it on fire.
Okay.
I get rid of that. I set
You
it on
send
fire.
it as a fire message to
I
someone
write
else.
a new one and say, "Nothing's been stolen. You're welcome." And I
Fire
put it
message is the thing. Is that
on
or is that a
top.
Harry Potter thing? Where
Smoke
you
signals.
Just do...
smoke signals. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a like a Howl's Moving Castle thing. Anyway, yeah. So
Okay.
cool. And I will, in my head, it says, "We're so proud of you for getting into the academy." I'm just going to.
Assume that this is the academy and that he's lying to his family.
Is it my academy
You don't know.
or K?
It just
Like
says
the
the academy.
academy.
It just says the academy. It does not mention a name of what academy, or where, or anything of the sort.
On the top of my head, what academies, like what other schools do I know of?
Oh, there's tons across Zelkanea.
Okay, so there's tons. So there's no way. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
There's one in Amanodel.
there's one in Amanodel, which is the College of the Arcane. There's actually several in Amanodel. But the College of the Arcane is the one that you actually had direct interaction with.
That's the one we broke into. Well, politely walked into and gave stuff to people and then
Anna
proceeded to
infiltrated as
disappear
a
forever.
squirrel.
I got flicked off someone's shoulder as a squirrel.
Yes, you
I'm
did.
I'm pretty sure I walked right in.
Okay.
Well, the rest of you got escorted into it when to bring the orb up.
Well, someone had to.
Yep. Aside from that, when you spend a bit of time trying to figure out what's beyond the door.
Yep.
And you ask around a bit.
Yep.
Most of them don't exactly know what's beyond the door. You hear actually roll me a perception check.
Oh, perception. Don't fuck me. Yay, 22.
You do overhear at one point Orbideer and Emondor talking, and Orbideer ask Emondor to go and check on the beacon. And you go to try and follow along Emondor as he heads into the training hall. As you're kind of trying to trail along him, though, you do get interrupted as you're trying to stalk him along.
Of course I am.
By Theioryn.
Oh, hey.
And she gets it's not like a I'm trying to stop you from doing anything. It's just a casual and so starts talking with you, and just casual banter. And by the time she heads on her way, you kind of peek into the training hall, and Amandor is not in there. You can
Shit.
only assume he's gone through the door. You take a quick jaunt over and like check the door, but it is once again locked.
Relocked.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool beans.
And we're going to take a quick break at this point.
Oh.
And then we'll come back and continue. It is 8 o'clock now, so yeah, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in like 10 minutes. Bye.
See you in 10 minutes.
We are live again. So we just gone through Sylvania, Kay, and Theo, and now we're rolling into Annah. But before you can do that, I want everyone to roll me a stealth check.
It's my first check of the game. So stoked. Oh, it's an 8.
I'm stealthy as fuck. I don't know why I'm stealthy, but I am really stealthy.
Okay. Oops, that was wrong. Alrighty. So Annah, you ask around a bit about the Shadowlands bugs. Similar to the other creatures that reside within the Shadowlands, the bugs here are extremely sensitive to bright light. And as such, even while you're looking around the temple, you aren't able to find any in like the temple or the immediately surrounding area. You're sure there are some out there, but you get the feeling that you'd have to wander a fair bit away from the temple to find any. And even if you did, they may have a hard time surviving in the material plane.
They get annihilated when the light hits. They just, yay, look at me!
Like,
as soon as the light happens.
It's like turning the light on in a room full of cockroaches. Everything just...
Except the cockroaches don't hide. The
they
cockroaches
explode.
are disintegrated.
You spend a fair bit of time helping Cran in the kitchen, to which she seems grateful. And while you're helping out, she has you on that stool, so you can actually reach over the counter. It's a bit odd helping her cook. She adds things like spices in smaller amounts instead of heaping spoonfuls. She gets you to stir the pot regularly while it's over the fire instead of just letting it bubble and boil on its own. Meat is cut into longer, thinner strips instead of just large hacked chunks. You didn't even have to remove a pair of pants out of the cooking pot before you started, though you're not entirely convinced that Cran just hadn't done that already. However, despite her odd way of cooking, the food turns out really good. That throwback to Session 1.
Session 1, yeah.
Oh,
I was
good
taking
time.
notes. Wow. Where's your oven pants? I don't understand.
Where's your oven pan?
But one of the days while you're chatting with Cran, she's like, so when you leave, what are your plans? Like, what are you going to do?
Oh, we kind of had a mission before we got sort of sucked into this crazy world accidentally. Some people that I love very much were hurt by a group, and I'm trying to hunt that group down.
Ah, revenge.
Yeah, it's a heavy word, but I guess I carry it now.
It is understandable. Do you know who?
I know there's ties to the Scorched Hammer clan, but that's kind of shrouded in mystery. So we have some thin leads to go on, but that's going to be my life until I find them, and I will find them.
I'm sure you will. You are very persistent.
Thanks, Cranberry.
And she just stops and stares at you. She's like, I keep hearing you call me that. What is cranberry?
That's the name I have for you. Cranberries. You never had cranberries?
No.
They're kind of sweet and tart at the same time. When you put them in your mouth, then you kind of like, it pops, and they're just great. If I ever come back to visit, I will bring some cranberries.
Dry them, and they're like a sweeter, better raisin.
Yeah, that's true. Raisins.
And she's like, you continue chatting with her, and towards the end of the week, you're in the kitchen helping her out, and she grabs a larger crate and she sets it down in front of the door, and she sits on it. And she has the knife that she had been using in her hand. And she's looking at you, and she's like, you have very big voice for someone so small. So I have heard a lot. Do you care to explain?
Anna's gonna, what's that check there? Try and play, well, I don't know if it's actually playing dumb because Anna's confused. Kind of deception my way out of like, I don't know what you're talking about at all.
Okay, roll me a deception check.
I don't know what I'm being kind of accused of. Come on, hi. Modify 20.
Modified 20. Okay. Cran got a nat 20. And she's like,
Care to... Oh, go on.
she's like, do not play dumb with Cran. You lie about why you're here. I have heard you and your friends talk.
Damn it!
But I didn't say anything incriminating. Anna's really sweating bullets here. What the? No, I'm pretty sure we came here from a swamp thing, and then there was a golem, and then a portal in a room, and it was either come through the portal or get beaten up by lizard folk. That is genuinely how we came here, and we almost died several times in your world and ours.
I don't mean here as in Shadowlands. I mean here as in Temple.
We want to get home.
Yes, but you aren't trying to get Orbidir to let you home.
That's exactly what. We need to get the taint removed, so we're safe to go home. Gonna keep playing dumb here. Okay, sorry.
You get the feeling that Cran knows quite a bit by this point.
Okay.
And keep in mind, like, it's not just you she's heard, she's overheard your group as a whole.
All right. Okay.
Damn it.
I asked for, like, juicy gossip, not discussing plans at that meeting, damn it. Okay.
Sorry. It's my fault.
Well,
Shit.
She's
Theo did this.
Yep.
she stopped and she's like
Theo's fault.
looking at you very close, and she's like, you have other way out, don't you?
I wouldn't say that's a given, considering I wouldn't say anything's given in this world.
You have
We're
plan of
clinging
other
to the
way
hope.
out.
We are clinging to the hope of a friend helping us get out.
You have multiple options.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that.
And what does friend require?
Friend wants information on you guys. who you are,
And
what your skills are, what you do here.
And you see her kind of like mulling over this in her mind, just like, this friend, can they remove taint?
We were led to believe so, though I haven't seen proof.
And she kind of sits up. I want to leave. I came here to settle debt. Debt has long since been paid. But Orbidir says taint is permanent, so I cannot leave. I grow tired of this place, of this temple. Maybe who you're working for can fix me. Maybe they cannot. But when you leave, take me with you. And she gets up and she goes, she gets up to go back to the counter, just keep cooking.
Oh god, I got a heart attack.
I had a heart attack with you. I was like, oh shit.
I'm gonna get back on my stool and continue. I don't know if I was peeling potatoes or whatever I'm gonna do.
You're chopping carrots. You're chopping carrots at the time.
Sorry. Chopping carrots, Picasso carrots, because they're all different sizes, because I'm crap in the kitchen. And I'm gonna say, you have my word, Cranberry. I liked you from the start.
And also, I had to actually laugh when, because basically a little bit of perspective of what happened in the background. Yesterday morning at like stupid o'clock in the morning, I was just like, hey, people, give me some things that you'd want to do over the course of the next week or two while you're in the temple. And Anna, you had called out that you wanted to see, or you want to try and convince Cran that she needed, or that she should take a much-needed vacation.
Yeah, I wanted her out.
From the get-go of character, when I created the characters here in the temple, Cran is one who is like, she wants to leave, but has no way to.
Is this a hint?
So the fact
is this a hint? Hey guys.
No, this is just straight.
Totally
This is
three houses. This shit.
no. This is straight up just the irony that the character that Hannah latched onto, and the one who's most likely to try and get people out is the one who actually wanted out.
And the one that Anna wanted to get out.
Yeah,
Wow.
I just found like the irony of like those. Like, the one that's like, yep, if anyone here is going to want to leave, this is the person it is. And Anna's like, I like this person. I want them out.
Scared the shit out of me.
I know. I'm not sorry.
Scared out of us.
Kay
I was
was
not
fine.
ready. No, I was not
Kay
ready
was
for
fine. Kay
This
really
was a
just wants to
moment
get
of-
laid,
this
so
was-
it's fine.
This was a try to survive not getting shanked by the captain moment all over again.
Fine.
Well, fucking Kate is like, I just want my fucking money, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Shifty eye.
So over the course of the next week, you manage to have some times. Kay gets to cuddle with Vic's abs in aggressive bear hugs.
It hurts so good. Ah!
Theo continues
a
to be a
permanent
douche
bruise.
to Merrick.
Would
Anna
actually,
Go ahead.
can I find a time to like confront Merrick about why he's here? Like,
Yeah.
what you
What
like?
are you gonna say to him?
Well, I'm basically just want to wait till he either is coming back in or just actually, yeah, when he's coming back in. And I'm going to say, you put so much, because I imagine he's pissed off with me.
Oh, livid.
He hates me.
Why wouldn't he? You're just the
You've been
biggest
fucking with the stuff for the
dick.
past week.
It's harmless. I didn't TP his room or give him a swirly or any of those other things.
But you definitely considered it.
I would like to wonder if, like, or it's like, considering everything, you put a lot of effort into caring about whether I steal your shit or not. I have to wonder what the hell you're doing here to begin with in the first place. I can't imagine that people stay here for a very long time, unless they do. I could be completely mistaken. But you spend a lot of time with random people.
And as you're kind of confronting him on this, he's kind of like just scowling at you, just like, what do you even want to know? What do you even want to know? Why does it matter?
What do I want to know? Why does it matter? Oh, just making conversation, that's all. It's been enjoyable, me fucking around with your things while you're out to prove a point that it doesn't matter what you have, I don't want it. But I can't help but wonder about my poor roommate, about why he is the way he is, why he's so distrustful. Oh, what he could do, what life situations he could have gained in order to distrust others so readily and thoroughly.
And he just kind of scowls, like, oh, fuck off. And he leaves the room.
Oh, but Merrick, we were having a lovely conversation for 5 minutes. We can continue to have lovely conversations. Maybe we'll come in and pass. I'll wear him down.
So as the week comes to an end, was there anything in particular that people were wanting to explicitly communicate to the others or anything like that?
I want to start flirting with Vic. like almost not quite aggressive flirting, but just enough to like let him know I'm not just wanting to be friends or sparring partners. Like when he's trying to break my body in a stranglehold or a like massive squeeze, I make the effort to squeeze his ass, sort of dealio. Like I just want him to know. Like subtly, but like subtly enough that it's still obvious that I'm actively putting effort into getting his attention.
Roll me a charisma
That's what Kay
check.
wants to... Oh, charisma.
Straight
Oh!
charisma.
Man,
Straight
my
charisma.
charismatic.
I don't think so.
Hey!
Oh shit.
Yes!
Nat 20.
Woo!
I would like to request not being in a trance when they eventually break a bed.
You can come stay with me.
Okay, I'll just walk in one night. It'll be me and Merrick. Just be like, we're coming to sit in here awkwardly for the next 4 hours.
No, the two of you open the door and you're like, nope. And
Yeah.
you close the door and you're like, we're gonna nap on the benches.
Apparently, this is how Merrick and I bond.
Being shunted out of the room.
Giving it the old college sit in the hallway. That's my room. Just can't go in there yet.
There's just a sock on the door.
Yeah.
That's all there is.
So, bringing it back into what's actually going on. So there's several occasions over the course of the week that you make a pass at Vic. And like, roll me a dexterity check, just out of curiosity.
Okay,
So you
cannot let me at all.
So when he has you in like a bear hug, always couple, you do manage to get your hands around and get a good solid grip on his ass. It is also very firm. Poor Jamie.
My reactions are primarily in character.
Poor Theo.
Oh man, I'm so horny.
You managed to get a grab of his ass, and like you do try and make several other passes at him over the course of the week. He does not seem to be reciprocating. He does not seem to be upset, but he is not reciprocating.
Down.
Also, as a note, during this entire time, Vic has never said a word to you.
Yep, no, I'm pretty sure Vic doesn't really talk much. I've come to that conclusion, and I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
It's the strong silent type.
But what? Like,
Isn't it attractive, though?
at one point, when you're in the room, and you see like Vic's coming in from being on shift. And you decide to make a bit more of a bold move, and you go up and you put your hand out to go and grab on his abs. To which he does end up grabbing your hand and stop it. And you just hear a voice in the back of your head. I am sorry, but I am not into your type. To which he lets go of your hand.
Kay is going to be so... Well, actually, Kay is going to be mopey. But Kay is going to take every moment he can to enjoy infinity abs. Like, he gets it. It's been communicated that he's not interested, and that's fine. Because, yet again, Kay probably will sleep with anything that moves. But... infinity abs, you gotta try. So, Kay is still going to continue to spar with Vic and
he
enjoy his time together. But Kay will ease up a little bit, but yet again, he's still really flirty, so he's going to be Kay in his flirty nature regardless, but he's going to be flirty in the personality way, not in the I'd love to see what's on the underside of your pants way.
Yeah, you like, and your nat 20 on the charisma. Oh, you also did a charisma save instead of charisma check, but whatever. The nat 20 on the charisma was basically like going to determine how against your advances he was.
Which he wasn't.
Yeah, he
Or
had
at
no
least-
objection to your advances, but it was not something he was going to reciprocate.
It was the I'm flattered, but
yeah.
But now I just have more questions because I imagine we've talked about this, and now I'm like, what is his type?
well, we had the only time in all of this entire time, the only thing Vic has ever said to any one of us was me using some magical telekinesis or telecommunication
Telepathy.
magical bullshit to talk into the back of my head to say I'm not interested. That was it. It's the only time.
Yep.
So there hasn't really been a conversation of what is his type. But Kay, at this point, knows that the type isn't him. He's
Yeah.
a little bit upset about it. Not a lot upset. Just enough to be like, I was rejected, but I never really asked for anything.
Yeah.
It was more of a, I was pushing the line to see how far it would go, and I found where
You found
it
the
went.
line. Yeah.
And I'm not entirely happy with it, but I can deal.
Yep. So over the course of the next bit, you have one day where Annah and Theo, as you're getting up and moving about, you do hear a bit of a commotion outside, and you're both at this point in the main hall, and then suddenly the main hall brightens up as a pillar of light cascades through the domes in the center of the room, encompassing the entirety of those little domes. And outside, you can hear shrieking for a few moments before the light begins to subside. The temple. A few moments later, the temple doors burst open. And you see Vic carrying in a crow kanku. Voria is sitting at one of the tables, and upon seeing this, races upstairs. A minute later, returning with Emondor in tow.
I
Oh, what do you? Go ahead.
I have Slugworth in my hand, just on standby
Okay.
as I approach.
Yeah.
Um,
I also have my healing light ready to go.
Vic opens the door to the room that Vorgir was staying, or like stays in, and lays the Kenku on the bed. The Kenku noticeably wincing with the sudden shift. Vic then kind of steps back out into the main hall of the temple. The Kenku itself is about 4 feet tall and has clawed bird feet. His beak is large and somewhat jagged. His plumage is black with a slight sheen to it that can be seen jutting out from underneath a pitch black cloak. He's clutching his stomach and currently writhing in pain. Emendor rushes down the stairs and comes in. He quickly shoos anyone who's in the room out and kneels down beside the Kenku and begins examining him. One hand, you can both Anna and Theo, because you actually Sylvania, do you also have any kind of healing spells?
Yeah, I can cure wounds.
Okay, so all three of you immediately recognize that he is casting healing spells with his one hand while he's examining injuries with his other. And like Emendor's like, it's not like you to get caught out. It's either really shit show or you're getting old. And to which the Kenku just looks at him with this like unimpressed, like if birds could scowl, it is absolutely scowling at him.
Fun fact, they can when their eyes pin at you.
Like even like even though the beak doesn't like change shape, you just imagine like
Puffy bird.
The eyes pin.
it's like,
The feathers ruffle. Feathers go up. And the eyes pin.
Love it.
Orbitier comes down a few moments later and kind of shoos everyone but Orbitier away from the door, stepping into the room, and you hear Orbitier kind of talking, like not necessarily a hushed voice, but not attempting to be overly loud either. And you see the Kenku kind of look back up at him, and a few words mutter out, then Orbitier kind of turns, and Orbitier closes the door, leaving him and Emendor and Tink in the room. About an hour or so later, Orbitier and Emendor come out, and those still sitting in the main hall kind of perk up. Vic had already had to head back out to the front to maintain watch. But everyone who's in the hall still kind of perks up, kind of anxious at the news. Emendor interjects that he's severely poisoned, though by something I've never seen before. He's stable for now, but he needs rest while I attempt to create an antitoxin. And what?
Severely poisoned.
Severely poisoned.
Did you try to relieve it magically?
Yeah, it seems resistant somehow.
So like a restoration spell did nothing.
Yes.
That's
And Orbitier pipes up. While scouting, Tink came across a couple points of interest. Found a group of shadowy filth trying to flee through the region, making headway north. He feels they may be trying to reach one of the other domains, potentially with information that could pose a threat to us. They had a package with them that they were very adamant about protecting. They found and ambushed Tink, though he managed to take a few of them out before escaping, but in the process was injured. While making his way back, he also discovered a strange massive beast to our southeast. This is unusual behavior in contrast to what we've seen so far. Both points are potentially a great threat to us, though due to time and numbers, we must decide on a course of action and act on it soon. If you have opinions on the matter, speak now, and I'll take it into consideration with my decision. Thimold kind of pipes up. It's like, well, if they carry a threat that truly poses a threat to us, then we need to intercept them. Even if there's a massing of beasts, it shouldn't be anything the beacon can't handle. Theioryn kind of points into, perhaps, but this is still unusual behavior. Amassing seems far more intentional than I feel they're preparing for something. The other group could even be a diversion to weaken our defenses at the temple here, while whatever the amassing is makes an assault. Emendor looks down. It's like, they poisoned Tink. Then they poisoned they inflicted him with. I might be able to create an antitoxin, but without an uncontaminated source, it'd be drastically more difficult. The group that attacked him may even have an antitoxin already prepared for emergency situations. I think we need to take down the group if for no other reason than being able to have an improved chance of helping Tink. Vic looks at Orbideer without saying a word, just locking gaze. And after a few moments, Orbideer nods like, "Oh, I agree. The beasts of these lands do not tend to be intelligent. That definitely points to something significantly more powerful pulling the strings. We managed to kill the master of this region 2 years ago, but it's possible someone else has stepped in to take their mantle." And he kind of looks across the whole group, seeing if anyone else has anything that they're wanting to interject.
You
Honestly,
mentioned. Oh, go on.
I was going to say, honestly, we're brand new here, so we don't really know much of the situation. You were going
Yeah.
to say, Anna.
Couldn't they just be fleeing like the rest of them? You had mentioned that the denizens of this land kind of have migrated away.
That is true, but the fact that they're bringing something through that Tink believes they are trying to protect, I believe. I'm concerned to dismiss his theories that it could be something potentially dangerous to us.
That makes sense.
So, your plan is to go find a pure form of this poison and develop an antitoxin.
Emendor kind of nods, and it's like, having a pure source at least provides easier way, because at least I can verify that it's counteracting what I need it to. Orbideer kind of like looks around to see if anyone else is gonna pipe up, and it's like,
DM question.
yes.
How did they react the last time I asked about looking at the shield or light source?
You're usually directed to Orbideer, who he's just got that that perpetual like leeriness.
He hasn't warmed up to the idea at all or anything yet?
He doesn't seem like it, no.
Okay, so it's not a good, hey, I could see if I can improve that moment. Okay.
And he's always been promising like, maybe later, but he hasn't seemed like he's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna let these new people muck around with it.
Mm-hmm.
We're still relatively new, so
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's been a little over a week. About a week and a half or so since you got there. Orbited, like, after like people kind of gone a bit silent, it's like, we'll consider what you've said and make a decision. In the meantime, Emendor, tend to the beacon. Once that's done, get to work on creating an antitoxin for Tink. Our resources are at your disposal. And Orbideer turns and heads upstairs. Emendor standing there, seemingly kind of like lost in thought, and he's like he's pondering heavily for a minute. Before he's kind of like, Joss is like, and he turns to head up the stairs as well. What are people doing?
Syl, why don't you ask if you can help Emondor out, since you're very good at tinkering?
Kay is gonna work
So
out
far,
with.
they haven't been open to that idea. I have brought it up many
Daily.
times.
You brought it up daily.
Yeah, I've brought it up many times already. They haven't been warming up to the idea yet. They keep telling me later. I'm not convinced that later is never yet.
Kay's gonna work out in the training room. Just passively? Is passively the word? Kay's gonna be working out to try and I don't know, get his one arm to be as useful as the other arm, because metal arm that never ages or requires the muscles to do things, incredibly useful. Fleshy arm, not so much. Need to get the fleshy arm at least on the level of the metal arm. Because really, let's be honest, if Kay cares about symmetricality on his muscles, he could just ask Syl
Sylvania to rip off his arm and make him another one.
well, it's not so much rip off the arm and make him another one, but I'm reasonably likely that as long as the ball stays in the socket, I could be like, hand it to her and be like, can you make this more aesthetically pleasing to match my other arm? Thanks. But like, Kay is like,
And then I paint a dragon on it.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be still like, with that requirement, you'd be required to also tattoo a high quality dragon onto the rest of K. So, as long as it matches, he's fine. But he's like, I want this metal arm to match fleshy arm. But currently, fleshy arm doesn't match usefulness of metal arm, so K's gonna work on that.
Okay.
Like one-handed push-ups, exercises, whatever, like intentionally fighting in melee combat, but only using his non-dominant hand to kind of force ambidextry, because
Okay.
that's the thing you can learn. But
Can
yeah,
you do me a favor when you go up there? Pay attention to how Ermindor opens the door. If
Kay's
it's a
gonna be
key,
like, if
or
he shows
opens
up,
it, if he opens it, if there's a password.
He's on his way there right now. Hurry up,
Yeah.
Kay.
Emondor is
So
already
I
up.
would-
Emondor is
Go,
already
go,
up
go.
the stairs.
Go, go, go.
Yep, I would say if somebody could quickly, who's able to, who
yeah, Kay will like sprint, like do the whole sprint, but as soon as he's within Emondor's range, like casually walk. And
Okay.
then just like when he gets into the training room, Kay will like walk and turn to like insert appropriate training equipment,
Yeah.
but while also be like low key paying attention to Emondor.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
I feel like before this point, just want to mention when Cran had her talk with me,
Yeah.
I would have discreetly had mentioned that to the party. Like I don't
Okay.
want to sit on that secret. So
Okay.
I just wanted to throw that out there that I would.
Okay.
And maybe mention to Theo that if we could mention that fact with the orb the next
Yeah.
time Theo is like checking in, that
Yeah.
we have another
I'm-
ally.
Also,
I'm
to
probably-
be explicit, Kay is not divulging the fact that he was rejected to anyone.
That's fine.
Okay. Theo,
Theo's
what-
gonna find a quiet moment where no one the fuck is around by myself and casually take out the orb and go
you have 25 words or less.
whatever you're doing, they're suspicious. Maybe ease up, and then I'll just put it away.
Okay.
Please trust us.
Do you need to trust us though? Like, that seems a little.
We have a fifth member.
You don't hear a response.
That's fine. I'm hoping that it reaches out.
Well, I mean, the messages have always gone out before.
Yep.
Why worry about it now?
In the whole one time Theo's used it.
Well, based on what we said during the whole like week skip moment bit, Theo was communicating vaguely using the orb when
They've used
Theo
it
was
once
alone.
prior.
They used it once.
Yeah.
And she said,
okay.
hurry it up. So we've kind of been just, biding our time, trying to get info.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's not so easy to fuck shit over
no.
when you're also not trying to be suspicious as sin.
Alrighty. And Sylvania, what are you doing?
What time is it in my whole shift thing? Is it free time?
At this point, technically, it's it'd be just starting your free time period.
I don't have anything specific, so I'll just do whatever I'd normally do in this time.
Okay. And Anna, what were you intending on doing? You mentioned the letting the group know about Cran.
Oh, and this would have been a thing that I would have done with Cran when we're alone in the kitchen. But I would get her attention at some point, discreetly touch her and cast invisibility. If you want me to roll wild magic, I will, for the hell of it, just to see.
You're
just to
casting
show
invisibility
her,
on Cran?
when we're in the kitchen.
Okay.
When we're just shooting the shit, at some point after her divulging this to me.
Yeah.
Just to be like, hey, I'll get you out of here.
And then you cast
And then
invisibility on her?
Yeah, and then I'll dispel it after 10 seconds or whatever, but I just want to show.
Okay, yeah, roll me a surge for that.
Yeah.
As you roll a
Please,
1
no
and then
surge.
blow up the kitchen?
Ooh.
Nope. Nope, that was a
Best
7.
number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so... Okay, you go up into the training room, and by the time you get in there, Emondor's already almost to the door on the other side. Roll me a perception check.
Alright, let's click the right button this time. That one.
10. He says something. You're not quite able to make out what it is. But when he says it, you hear an audible click, and the door opens. And he steps through. Looking towards him as he steps through, there is a stairwell immediately on the other side of the door.
Going upwards.
Going upwards. As he steps through on to the stairwell, the doors of their on their own close again, and they hear the audible click again.
Okay, and then Kay starts working out.
Okay.
That is all. Carry on.
Okay. Wow, my brain is now completely drawing a blank. Sorry, Theo. What was it what was it you were doing during this time? You were wanting to go to the, or you? Yeah, you were sending the message. To which there was no response.
Yeah.
And then Anna, what were you wanting to do during this time while Orbiter is making a decision?
I want to not be around him, so it increases the chance that I'm not sent out to go get a specimen or an antitoxin or something.
Okay.
I don't want to go out there. I don't want to be a part of that. I go to my room, please.
Okay, so you go and hide it in your room.
Yep.
Okay, so as a couple hours pass, and then Orbiter kind of comes back down to the main hall. Okay, while you're up in the training hall, after about half an hour or so, Emondor comes back out through the door. And as he's walking away, the door once again closed behind him. Yeah, after a couple hours, Orbiter comes back down. He kind of calls the group to kind of gather in the main hall. And he goes and he makes his rounds, like knocks on each of the doors. Actually, Anna, roll me a perception check.
14.
14. You and also actually, and Kay, you'd hear as well because of where you are. At one point, during this waiting period, you hear raised voices. You can't quite make out what is being yelled. But the voices sound like Cran and Orbideer. And then you hear a very loud thunk. Like the sound of something
Door
hitting
slamming.
wall.
Oh, don't you dare. All right. Am I in my room?
Yes, you're currently in your room. And shortly after, Orbiter is making his rounds, knocking into the doors and telling people to convene in the main hall.
Did the thunk
we
sound
all-
like... Oh, go on.
We all convene in the main hall? Question mark?
Yes, he's getting everyone to convene in the main hall.
All right. Well, K waits because Emondor hasn't come back from upstairs. Correct?
Yeah, he did. He did. About half an hour after he went up in the first place, he came back through.
Okay, cool. Well, since he's come back, K, being K, will follow suit and go downstairs.
Okay. Anna, what was it you were?
Did the commotion sound like it was sort of coming from the kitchen or
Yes.
Orbideer's office?
The kitchen.
Okay. Am I alone in the room?
Yes.
Invisibility on myself.
Okay. So roll
let's
that,
17.
Every time you're having to roll for the I was like, I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself so I can go and check something. It's like is this gonna be the nat 1 that just blows something up?
Yeah, I'm really glad it's not. I mean, I'm sure blowing this place up is beneficial to you know who, but okay, invisibility, bam. I want to quickly open the door, not draw attention to myself, and quickly creep over to check on the storeroom, the kitchen, and then Orbideer's office in that order, looking for Cran.
Okay, you look in the storeroom. Cran's not in there.
Okay.
You get to the kitchen. Cran is in there.
How is she?
So, where is it? As you kind of push the door open a little bit and peer in, you see Cran sitting down on a stool in front of a heavily chained crate. And her shoulders kind of raise and lower with each kind of heavy breath. Her nostrils kind of flaring as she's just glaring at this chest. And you can hear her mumbling. It's like, I never wanted to don this armor again. I never wanted to become her again. And as you step into the kitchen, roll me a stealth check.
Yeah. Well, do I get advantage because I'm invisible?
You do.
Oh, sweet. That's a
19.
That's a 19.
Uh, So Cran does not notice your entry into the kitchen.
Okay.
She's very fixated on this chest.
Oh crap! She's very, very upset, and I don't know what her.
Looking
Further
around,
emotion?
you can see against one of the walls what the impact was. There is stone cracked on the one wall, and a little spattering of red in the against the stone. And looking at Cran, you can see one of her knuckles, or like her one hand, like the knuckles are a bit worn and potentially bleeding.
Scuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is my stool there?
Yes, Cran is currently sitting on
Okay.
it.
Oh, she's on the stool. Okay. I'm not that small. I wanna hoist myself up on the cooking table, which I know is unsanitary.
Yeah,
But
you're
I
easily
just
able to hop up on there.
Cool. And then I'm gonna call out to her while I'm a safe distance because I don't know how like in her head and freaking out she is. I'm just gonna say, Cran, it's me, Annah.
As soon as you say something, she kind of perks up and looks around, and she's like, "Little one."
I'm here. What happened? I heard a commotion.
And she kind of scowls back at the crate again. I am required to stand guard. That's all she says. I am required to stand guard.
And what upsets you about standing guard?
And she grabs she grabs the lock on the crate, just kind of twists the actual lock itself and snaps it off of the chains, and then pushes the lid open. And inside you can see orc armor. And a very crude and jagged weapon sitting on top of it as well. It's like, I never wanted to don this armor again.
I'm gonna look over and God, that's terrifying.
And she's sitting there, it's like, this armor, it is from a time before the temple. I was an orc warrior. No, there is honor in being a warrior. Oh, we lost Theo. Theo has returned.
Recovery?
Everyone is no longer in the correct place. Oh, there we go. Your autofocus does not like you. She's also muted.
Oh, okay.
There we go. I'm back.
Welcome back. She's like, no, there is honor in being warrior, and honor is something that I have none. I was a butcher. I was who they sent in first. I had job. Spill as much blood, cause as much damage, sow as much chaos as I could. Once panic ensued, rest would join the fight. My size, my ferocity, my bloodlust struck fear in those we attacked. The blood would send me into a frenzy. Even the orcs of our tribe feared me. They called me savage, a monster, and I wore that title with pride. It's how I got here. Our warband assaulted large camp. Our scout gave shit info. They knew we were coming. I was captured. Rest of warband was ambushed, most killed. We were given choice. Die like others, or help secure a foothold in dangerous area. Then we'd be free. We loved the fight, so we agreed. We were brought here. We fought, we slaughtered, we died. And amidst the frenzy, as the blood of child stained my blade, I finally saw I really was just a monster. And monster was nothing to be proud of. I did not want to fight. I wanted to leave. but debt had not been paid, so they put me to work. Glenn taught me to use forge, Menthol taught me to cook. Both have died since. The frenzy, it's still there. I feel it, but I fight it. But putting on this armor, it is first step of giving in again. Losing myself to bloodshed, to bloodlust. And I cannot promise I come back from it. The frenzy, it is intoxicating. The rush, the thrill of being on that blade's edge. And Orbiter has asked me, no, told me to don armor once more.
Is Kran's kiss the cook apron nearby? Can I see it?
She's wearing it.
She's wearing it? Oh, okay. That makes it way less tender. I'm gonna go up to her and hop down from the table and put my hands on her shoulders and say, Cran, you are not your past, and this armor doesn't change who you are. I'm gonna kind of tug at the apron and be like, this is who you are. This is the cranberry that I know and love. I'm gonna be with you the whole way. I'm coming with you. And then I'm gonna use my limited telepathy to like speak to her and be like, when you feel you're on the edge, I'll be that voice in your head pulling you back. I'm gonna say that in her head.
Oh, my heart.
Okay, roll me
It beat 3 times. Oh,
a whole 3 times. Wow.
Only
flat-dribbled heart.
3.
Oh, feelings. Oh, how dare you? How dare you make me feel feelings?
Anna, can I get you to roll me a charisma check? Just straight charisma.
Charisma. Wait, that's Constitution. Sorry, where's my... Oh, that's less good. Ooh, pretty neutral, boss. It's a 10.
Okay. She goes and she kind of puts her hand on your head, and you realize she has a very heavy hand. But she puts her hand on your head and she's like, I appreciate it. Hopefully it will not come to that. But I appreciate gesture.
Snug up the apron on her, tie the knot on her back real tight, and like pat her side and help her don the armor if she lets me.
She refuses to let you help her don the armor.
Okay, that's probably for the best. I'm tiny.
You might be able to help with the boost, but I don't think you can help with much else. I forget, did I ever mention how tall Kran is?
Nope. Or at least, I don't remember.
Because Vic's 7
I
feet,
do not recall.
and he's short compared to Kran. I think Kran's sitting closer to 9.5 feet.
I had no idea.
Yeah, she big.
Fuck!
She big.
Good lady.
You don't say.
But you're just hiding up there with Kran at the moment, essentially.
Yeah, and when she leaves, I'll leave with her.
And like at this moment, she's not donning the armor. She's currently just sitting there and contemplating and thinking on things.
Okay.
So those of you who are down in the main hall, which is basically everyone but Annah and Kran, Orbiter comes into the main hall. In light of the current situation, I feel the best course of action is pursuing the group. I recognize the concerns about the seemingly organized group of beasts, but with the beacon already primed, even if it is a trap to weaken defenses here, they won't be able to assault the temple directly, at least not with any kind of efficiency. We're intercepting a group of approximately 15. I'm hesitant to send multiple groups, but in this situation we can't afford not to. Tink risked his life and was confident in his intel. We can't ignore the risk that they could be moving an important artifact or information. I've already spoken to Cran, and they, while not pleased, have agreed to don their armor and blade once more, and remain to defend the temple along with myself and one group. The remaining 2 groups will move to intercept. Vic looks to Orbiter, and their eyes lock together for a moment. Then Orbiter nods. I agree. The group in pursuit should have the healer. Group 3, Vic, Imandor, and Ehrman will go after the group. I need one more group to volunteer for the task. And he kind of looks out. Tassareem turns to Vorgir and you, Theo, and looks around for Anna and is like, Theo, where's Anna? You're muted.
Curse this mute button. I'm not exactly sure, but you're thinking of volunteering us to go out.
Well, I want to get your opinion.
I'll be perfectly honest. Going out there, fighting those creatures is not what I want to do. But
Vorgir kind of like, it has been a while since I got to put my hammers to good use. Go ahead.
it might be beneficial to just have the 3 of us go. I myself, though probably not as skilled as your cleric here, do have a little bit of healing capabilities. And then that way, well, the rest of my party could probably stay behind. I am a little bit more... I'm hesitant to bring us out there again. We nearly died getting there to this place. But I do have a little bit of light power, so out of the 3 of us, I'm a little bit more equipped to handle the situation.
You're a little more capable.
Although I'd have to talk to my fellow group members.
She kind of nods, and Thimmel turns to Merrick, Sylvania, and Kay, being like, "So what do you think? What do you want to do?" And Merrick immediately pipes up. It's like, "I want to kill the buggers."
Kay is gonna vote for it. So, out of all of us, I think if something does happen, because Kay being his exuberant self is expecting so I'm assuming something to go wrong. I don't want something to go wrong. Let's be very clear. But if something does go wrong, we have the most well-rounded group, in my opinion, to successfully defend this place without having to incur much risk to any of our individual members. I'm really for us staying put and holding on a very steadfast defense here.
The 2 other people in our group, what weapons do they use?
Thimold, he is in heavy plate armor. He has a large tower shield, and I believe he has a large mace. Merrick is an archer.
Yeah, we could defend this place pretty well with if it was just us and crap, I keep wanting to call her Cherry now.
Cran.
Cranberry. Yeah.
Cranberry. Cran.
Cran.
Yeah, between us and Cran, we could probably defend this pretty well without the rest of them if that other group does attack.
And that gives us a well-rounded defense against so that the teams that go on the hunt can be confident that this place isn't going to fall.
I'm also we're not the most sneaky group either. You have heavy armor. I wear heavy armor. It's just, well, medium armor.
mean,
but
I don't think I wear heavy armor. I'm pretty sure I wear
No,
medium
Thimble.
not
armor.
you. I was pointing
Thimbled.
at the guy that does wear Thimbled.
Yeah,
that does
Thimble's
wear
wearing heavy plate armor.
He has heavy plate armor. I have
It's like a tin can
medium
rolling down a
scale
hill.
mail.
Yeah, it's you have big armor, he has big armor. I'm loud as fuck regardless, and I'm not gonna be quiet about it. So like, if we're gonna be loud as fuck, we might as well use that to aggro, not to be like, it's yo, come at me, bro. Not
Trying to sneak by.
yeah, and with dual archers helping pick off with like 2 tank-like characters are or people that are more capable of defending, I think will be okay. And like if all else fails, Kay can switch roles to become more close ranged
If needed, yeah.
if anything gets past you guys. So Kay actively communicates within the group. He's like, Merrick, I get you want to kill things. I do, and I'm not like against that. And I'm pretty sure you'll have your chance. But when it comes to our team, we have the best chance of not screwing us over in worst case scenario.
Okay. So as you've kind of discussed this, Thimbled kind of perks up to Orbitier, and I think our best bet is staying here. We've got good frontline defense as well as ranged to be able to pick off those, as well as Kay has brought up with us. If he needs to switch to melee, he is capable of doing so, even if not excessively proficient in it. It's better than nothing. Also, and he kind of like looks around and he's like, I'm not the quietest. And Orbir kind of chuckles. It's like, Theioryn looks around for Annah. It's like, well, she's not here. She doesn't get a vote. And kind of like,
She can stay behind. If
it's like
she,
we can
if
take
she
the
wants
other.
to.
It's like we can go with Vic. Group two can go with Vic. We can provide backup support. We're also, for the most part, quieter. And she kind of looks over at Thimbled. Like, well, except for maybe Vorgir, but as long as we don't get him drunk first. And so Orbiter's kind of like, you have 1 hour. Get yourselves ready. Get yourselves geared up. In 1 hour, you leave. And he heads upstairs. Both Theioryn and Thimbled follow him upstairs to his office.
I'm going to. So group 2 is going to be Volgir, Theioryn, myself, and Vic.
Nope, Vic is part of group 3.
Oh, he's part of group 3.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Vic, they're basically the 3 groups. Group 1 is Thimbled, Merrick, Sylvania, and Kay. Group 2 is Theioryn, Vorgir, Annah, Theo. Group 3 is Vic, Amandor, technically Tink, and Aramin, but Tink is out of commission.
Okay,
so group 3 is the group that the party doesn't have any influence over.
Yes. And group 2, so it's group 2 and 3. So Theioryn, Vorgir, Annah, Theo, Vic, Amandor, and Aramin.
So Anna's expected to come out.
Anna's expected to go. That is the current expectation, at least from Orbiter's perspective.
Okay.
And so yeah, that is who is expected to be going. Thimbled, Merrick, Sylvania, Kay are expected to be staying at the temple.
I'm going to turn to Kay and Sylvania.
So we're gonna have a chat real quick, right?
Yeah,
That's
we're
the
gonna
intention
chat.
So
yeah, you have an hour essentially before.
You have an hour. Yeah.
So during this hour, I'm going to share with the group that the lock to the door upstairs is verbal? Somatic? Is it somatic? Is that
Somatic
the
is
proper word?
somatic is hand gestures.
Hand
Verbal
gestures,
is
it's
verbal.
verbal.
Okay. Well,
So-
I'm going to communicate. Sorry, guys, I didn't hear what was said. But the password is verbal.
I might be
Or
able to help
appears
figure that out.
appears to be verbal in nature.
So, if you think you can get beyond that door soon,
I more
say-
think I can figure out what the word is.
that would be perfect. If you can get beyond that door and then do what we need to do, that's what we need to do. Right.
Well,
We have a window right now. And we might need to act on it. Unfortunately,
If you're leaving, can I get the thing that we were keeping safe? Or Kay?
Yes, actually, I will give it to one of you two. Although I would like to, I've already sent one message today, haven't I? So I can't send another message until another 24 hours. DM.
It is until the next dawn, or next morning.
Okay, so I will very discreetly, very, I'm like looking in your eyes, Aaron, as discreetly as I fucking can. I will pass the orb to Syl and say, tomorrow, don't let anyone catch you. And we'll just have to do our best to live.
Okay.
I need to find Annah. I was hoping it would just be me going out. Because out of the four of us, I think I am the least useful in getting beyond that door. But yeah, we're gonna have to do what we can do. And I'm gonna go find Annah.
Okay. So you go looking around for Anna. You knock on her door, no response.
Mhm.
You know she's been in the kitchen a fair bit, and so you go and you
Yeah.
knock on the door to the kitchen. And
do we
What?
know, just out of sheer curiosity, has Anna disclosed
Yeah.
that Cranberry is
Yeah.
a friend?
yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have done that earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, you've
I just
already done that.
needed to ask.
Yeah, you already did that. Yeah. So
I needed to confirm because Cran is suiting up in a suit of armor against all, with the hope of leaving, right?
Guarding.
guarding.
Oh.
Yeah, she's guarding. They're suiting her up so that she can
Guard
the
guard
temple.
the front door.
But in the end, she is assisting Syl and I in protecting this place. And she, like Syl and I, don't really give a damn about this place. So, just needed to make sure that was we understood that we were not each other's enemies.
Yeah. So Theo, as you knock on the door to the kitchen, you just hear, "What?"
Sorry to disturb you, Cran. Is Anna in there with you?
Is Anna responding?
I'm gonna invisibility lasts an hour.
Yes.
Sorry. How
Up to an
long
hour.
has it been?
It's been less than an hour.
Alright. Oh, then I'm gonna just tug on Theo's cloak.
Did you not
Yeah.
dispel invisibility when you were like hugging and?
Oh, I thought I just
tending
jumped
to-
down. Yeah, you know what? I might have.
I wasn't sure whether you had or not. I imagined you had, just because otherwise it's invisible hands tugging on apron.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. It's like, oh.
slightly
It's a little
less
unnerving.
personal when they can't see you.
yeah, very true.
Okay. So I'm gonna push into the kitchen and I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? And I'm gonna go over the corner and I'm gonna go, we are part of one of the groups going out. You, myself, and you. Kay and Syl are staying behind, and they're gonna look into our little issue.
Kran just kind of
Okay.
looks at you. It's like, issue.
Nothing that you need to worry too much about, Kran. It has to do with us getting out of here.
Then, as you say, it's like nothing you have to worry about. It's just us getting out of here. It's just like, that is my issue then too. What?
Yes, Anna's filled me in. Anna, how do you feel about this? You and me going out there.
I have a plan for that. I'm not leaving, and I'm gonna grab onto Cran and give her a pat and say, "Not leaving my friend here. I'm gonna be sick and throw up slugs, and therefore not be able to leave on this journey.
Oh.
I can't say no to that."
Well, that wasn't completely unexpected. But
It's not
at the
completely
same
unexpected, but at the
time-
same time, that's absolutely Anna. I'm gonna vomit Slugsworth.
That's actually brilliant. And if you could maybe imitate the symptoms that our Tenku friend is maybe going through right now.
I was there. I don't know that I took a huge stock in, like, if he
What
was
the
sweaty
symptoms
or
were?
not.
Yeah.
Also, bird.
But I-
So
Yeah. Bird
So,
sweat.
but I
Yeah.
completely understand and am okay going out by myself. I think I'll survive. At least I hope. I hope I'll survive.
And then
Even
to
if
answer-
you are forced out there, I think you should, in a commotion of some kind, you should double back as quickly as you can. Or we decide to swap with you and maybe Kay. Syl says she has an idea.
I'll try vomiting slugs first.
Yes,
Oh,
try
he-
vomiting slugs. I will attempt a restoration spell, but it won't do anything. To make it convincing.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. And Cran, not ignoring you here. I heard your question. Some of the information that we needed to gather is on the other side of a locked door, and we haven't had a lot of luck getting into that door, which is our best window now.
Kay has discerned that there is a password, but we don't know what the password is. Only 2 people know what the password is.
indeed.
See, Cran knows.
It's indeed. That's what the password is.
Unless that's what you're saying is that Cran is the password indeed.
No,
Okay, that's
I was.
I
agreeing
would
with
have-
you.
you had me going there for a moment. So, all right then, we'll do that. That also kind of explains why you weren't there at the meeting, because you're currently throwing up slugs.
I'm gonna
And
Cran. I'm just going
lovely-
to my room.
lovely Cran here has been taking care of you because she's been taking care of you since our whole time here. It works out.
Yeah, I guess I could throw up here. Throw up here. Yeah. Okay.
She just kind of looks at
throw
you like,
up.
please do not throw up in the kitchen.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Going to room. Room was better choice.
Room is better. Or
Is it
somewhere
like-
extremely public. Make
it-
yourself. This might be hard because you're kind of purple, but make yourself green.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Currently, she's gray.
That's true. Make yourself
Genuinely
pale.
considering, can I do that?
Can I make myself green? No.
Oh.
A slightly more different shade of gray.
Yeah.
Ah, good times.
50 and then suddenly it's 50 Shades of Grey.
I mean, this is really not the time for 50 Shades of Grey. Out of all of the times for 50 Shades of Grey, like
50 Shades of Grey abs.
when I didn't get rejected would have been great. Now is not the time.
And the one final thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab Anna by the shoulders. I'm gonna kneel down so that we're eye to eye, and I go, Anna, whatever you do,
Don't die.
take care of yourself, and for the love of God, don't let them kill me out there. I gave our thing, our little I gave the orb to Syl please make sure she doesn't take it apart.
I understand. Keep still in check.
And for the love of... and please just make sure that, well, try to keep everybody from getting into trouble. As much as you're able to.
You're leaving Anna to try and stop Kay and Sylvania from getting into trouble.
Mass curiosity, big dick energy.
After me, she's the other adult.
Yeah.
Let's be perfectly clear though.
That's the scary thought.
Kay, if forced to be an adult, will be one.
Oh yeah.
True.
No.
Kay has proven this, that if he has to be the adult, he will be one.
But he will
If he is
resist it at
given the
all
option,
possibility.
if he is giving the option, he will be a child. So the trick is for these Anna to not give him the option.
Ugh.
Also, I appreciate that I'm like almost a headless blob with arms now. Like, this is great.
Alrighty. So Anna, how are you gonna try your vomiting slugs thing?
So I was hoping.
Does this mean you're consuming Slugsworth first and then trying to regurgitate him?
So I'm not sure how this spitball in here. I was wondering if while I'm like kneeling on the ground, kind of bent over, you can sort of just see the top of my head, if I can manipulate casting cure light wounds out of my mouth.
The way
I'm
that we've been depicting Slugsworth as your cure wounds, considering like treating it
Yeah.
as a physical object,
Yeah.
I'd be disinclined to, just because we've been treating it as an actual creature.
It's fine. Yeah, I was hoping to like just have him like summon the actual creature near my mouth. But I'll just pull him out of my bag and
We're also before we leave the kitchen, we can also just see if there's anything in there that can make you throw up.
At the same time, though, no one in this place has seen you summon Slugsworth, correct?
Didn't you use
No,
Slugsworth on Hemandor?
I think I offered it. I didn't.
You pulled
did
out
I
the
just
slug.
offer it?
I think you
Yeah,
pulled
I
out
didn't
the
use it.
Yeah, you pulled out
He healed
Slugsworth.
himself.
Okay, so that kind of creates a problem.
But Hemandor is not here. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know who all saw. It's I want to stay with Cran. It's my Hail Mary. So I guess while really bent over, just trying to, I suppose, sleight of hand Slugsworth into my mouth.
And where are you going to try and vomit Slugsworth?
From where the kitchen is, I want to be further back down that hall. So opposite side of Orbideer's office, but not around the corner. So people coming by his office can see me.
Okay. So you head out to that corner area. Currently there
You're
isn't
gonna
anyone
publicly vomit.
There currently isn't anyone visible.
Okay.
Tassarim and Vic and Orbideer are currently in his office.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna be moaning and like groaning and starting my big act. So when anyone comes out,
You're
of the
gonna
office,
vocally throw up.
Yeah, when I hear commotion coming out of his office, I will lay it on even thicker. And,
Okay.
I won't vomit immediately because I want them to notice me first, and then what's up, Theo?
You're
Oh,
muted.
you're muted.
I'm muted. I'm gonna be behind you, rubbing your back and being like, Anna, I'm serious. If you don't need to go out there. I can go by myself. I'm sure it'll be fine for now. Technically, just a little bit. You're very. I can't tell if you're green, but you look very pale.
That's awesome. Theo, my stomach hurts so much.
I told you, it's very great that you've been learning how to cook from Cran, but I told you still had a lot to learn before you tried it on your own.
Okay, you hear the door to Orbiter's office open, and Theioryn and Vic and Orbiter are coming out. Anna, roll me a performance check.
These have never done me well. Oh, it's a 9.
Oh no.
So you
Can I?
and actually roll me a sleight of hand as well, because you're gonna try and sleight of hand Slugsworth.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
I was just saying,
I'll
because
do it
I'm also
over.
kind of performing with her. Can I like? Is there a way I can assist her with that, or?
Well, I was
So
looking at it with
roll.
advantage, which is a 12 technically.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Okay. My sleight of hand is 13. To pop that sucker in. I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
Slugsworth.
Yeah.
I like to think the irony is if I was sick, putting Slugsworth in my mouth would probably make me feel better.
That's not how Cure Wounds works, though.
Terrible.
That's not how Cure Wounds works, though. Cure Wounds will heal
Yeah.
like physical injuries, but won't cure sickness.
Yeah, okay.
You've had times where Slugsworth has like gotten a little bit of the slime by your mouth, but you've never actually like shoved Slugsworth directly into your mouth. And I want you to make me a con check.
Oh, this is
Oh,
grossing me out.
you actually throw up. You actually throw up.
It's a 7? I don't like that.
Please
don't
tell
know
me
if-
she actually
So
throws
you
up.
sh-
I don't
shove-
know if a 7 is a pro or a con in this instance.
So you shove Slugsworth in your mouth, trying to like pretend like you're about to vomit Slugsworth, and then you realize how bad Slugsworth actually tastes. And like as soon as like you get like the first like half, so then, and you could like go and shove Slugsworth back into your bag as you actually do vomit.
Yes. And I really want to lay it on thick. Like,
Oh. Oh dear.
And Theioryn and Vic and Orbiter are just kind of like, what? And even Theioryn kind of hurries over. It's like, Anna, are you okay?
I don't think so. I don't think she is, Theioryn. I think this is why she wasn't there down before. It seems like Anna's caught some kind of... Well, her cooking, sometimes she experiments, and I'm wondering if this is one of those times.
I'll go and I'll go get Emondor. He may be able to help out.
I'll try
And-
a lesser restoration myself, but unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't always work. And I'm gonna quickly cast lesser restoration.
Theo, do you know Lesser Restoration?
I sure do. I know lesser restoration.
I just want to read what the Lesser Restoration stuff is.
It pretty much just cures blindness, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned. Is what it does. Either one disease or one condition.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's something
I'm
you
just
got through your Celestial.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm a celestial warlock.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the classes list. It's like Bard, Cleric, Druid,
Yeah.
Paladin, Ranger. You are none of those things.
Nope, I'm a celestial warlock.
Pew pew, Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Yeah. 9 doesn't work.
So you cast Lesser Restoration. I'd like you to
I'll
roll me
do
a
a-
surge check.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna laugh. You turn her into a potted plant.
now she really can't go.
I rolled an 8.
8. Okay, no
So-
surge. That would have been hilarious, though.
That would have been funny, and then I would have been like, oh, she definitely can't come, guys.
Okay, so you cast Lesser Restoration, and Anna, you don't feel a change. You're not sick, but the taste and texture in your mouth was vile.
Did that help, Anna?
With the overall grossness, can I make myself just kind of gag on how disgusting this all is? And
Yeah,
try
you
using-
still have some of the taste in your mouth. You can absolutely still gag.
Awesome. No!
I'm really sorry. She may have to stay behind.
Orbiter kind of scowls a little bit and... Anna, what magics do you have? Aside from Panther.
She can, well, she can turn into a panther.
Can I just cantrip up a quick firefly that I control to fizzle out right away? Just like a little light.
It's not ideal, but...
Out of the two of us, I'm a bit better equipped to handle this plane anyway. And to prove my point, I cast a quick light spell.
Yeah. He kind of nods and... It is what it is. You can't have her slowing them down. You'll stay here. Rest up. You're still expected to help with guard.
Before we leave, I'm just going to take her back to her room so she can at least let this pass.
Sounds good. And if you'd be so good as to clean up this mess as well.
Yes, I'll handle it. Anna, I'm gonna try and pick you up.
Okay. I'm so sorry I didn't take prestidigitation.
I neither did I.
No one took prestidigitation.
No one took prestidigitation this time.
And how many times have
been
you been like, this is a
that
fantastic spell?
Yeah, it is a
We've been
fantastic
saying
spell.
that every single time we go level up. Someone needs to take prestidigitation. None of our spellcasters take it.
do.
Ever.
And there's 3 of us.
Granted, they don't get a new cantrip every level either, so...
No, yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I pick Anna up and I'm gonna take her to her room.
I'm assuming Anna is not resisting?
Not in the slightest.
Okay, so easy. Not even gonna bother with the check then. Like, if Anna was like flailing about, I don't want to go, then I would. But it's like...
as we turn the corner, I'm just gonna go. That was very convincing, and please don't throw up on me.
Okay.
You feel a little bit of a lurch again.
Don't throw up. Just smile. Smiling suppresses the gag reflex.
Alrighty. So you take Anna to the room and lay her down, and you're able to go and grab some rags to clean up Anna's mess.
Before I go clean up the mess, I'm gonna quickly run downstairs. I'm gonna find Kay and Syl, and I'm gonna go. Anna threw up. Please look out for her while I'm gone. Pat, 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 and then I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Okay. So you're watching over Anna, or just chilling out with Anna, while for the next.
Well, I'm gonna
until it's
clean
time
up
to
the
leave?
mess.
Yeah.
Right, and then I guess I'm gonna go prepare to leave.
Okay. What are you doing to prepare?
So, what are they gonna allow me to do to prepare?
Well, what are you?
Can I take a weapon?
Yeah.
That's not silver, because I lost my Yilqua.
You did. You threw it away.
Yep, I did. I threw it. I sacrificed it. So anything that can replace my Yilqua, basically.
And the yoke was essentially a spear, correct?
It was like a long it was a dagger with a long handle. But hang on, let me just look. I can use a short sword or simple weapons.
Yep, they're easily able to provide you with a. Actually, you're like, you kind of described the weapon that you had before to Vic, and he quite literally grabs one of the spears and just snaps the handle so it's a shorter one and hands it to you.
Well done. All right. So, do they want to
So
like?
you have a new equal.
Armor?
You have a new equal. Sorry,
I have a new equal. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. What was
do they
that?
want to I was like, do they want to lend me some nicer armor?
Most of the armor they have is leather and heavy.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, that's.
I think you're only. Are you proficient in medium armors or no?
No, just light armor.
Okay, So they don't have any light armor at the moment.
Yeah. Basically what I have on now. I had to ask.
Yeah, that's fair. Are you doing anything else in preparation?
Oh, yeah. When are we leaving?
Less than an hour.
In less than an hour.
You're also short one spell slot because you used
And I'm
Lesser
short one
Restoration.
spell slot. It's fine.
Short half your spell slots. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm short half my spell slots. It's fine. I still have yeah, it's fine. I'll be fine.
Okay.
I've got everything else.
Are you seeing me before you leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna go see you. I'm gonna kneel down and go, Kay and Syl know you're here, so go see them if you need anything. Pat, 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 pat. Please don't let me die out there.
Okay. And then I'm going to pat on Theo and cast Barkskin if you're a
Yay!
willing creature. So for up to an hour, your AC can't be less than 16.
It can't be less than 16?
For 1 hour.
Cannot. For 1
Yeah,
hour.
baby, yeah!
Hopefully it matters.
Okay.
Oh, and I should wild surge. Sorry.
Yeah, roll me for a surge.
Nope.
It's like as Anna turns Theo into a plant. It's like, well, apparently neither of you are going now.
Okay, yeah, so I just put down that I have a magic bonus of +4. Somebody remind me that goes away in an hour. I'll remind myself.
Okay. So as the group reconvenes down in the main room, and Orbiter does get Anna to come down as well. He's kind of going over, and he's like, I've already given Vic and Tassarim the location where we're expected to try and ambush them. The intent is ambush, retrieve the artifact, and get out. If you can eliminate them, great. That is not priority. Our priority is whatever they have with them. As for those staying here, our objective is to defend Temple until the others return. Ideally, this shouldn't be hard. But considering the amassing of enemies, we cannot guarantee such. And he turns to Vic and he passes him a leather pouch. Time is of the essence. We can't afford to let them slip away. And a basic health potion is given to each of the people who are leaving.
Ooh.
So, Theo, add a basic health potion to your inventory.
Yep.
And while you're all standing there getting ready to leave, you hear heavy footfalls coming down the stairs. And turning back, you see Cran. On her feet are thick leather boots, fur jutting out from the top, several other cords tied around the boots holding them firm to her calves. Around her waist are several leather belts joined together at a single point, a buckle crafted from a skull, a loincloth, as well as various teeth, horns, and other hunt trophies hang from the belts. Her upper torso is bound in a leather half breastplate. A thick necklace of bones, teeth, and tusks dangle from her neck. Draped over her shoulders is a furred pelt that connects to the breastplate. Across her face is 3 thick black markings, starting from above the left eye and dragging across to the right side of her chin. In her hand, you see a large, jagged blade, a crude hook-like curve at its end. The edge of the blade is chipped and marred. It is not a graceful weapon, but rather one to just tear and cleave. You see Vic is noticeably taken aback by her appearance as he stares at her. She scowls and stares back at him. Vic, you will keep comments to yourself. Do not make me demonstrate the effectiveness of my blade on you. To which Vic just kind of hands up a little bit and turns and walks out of the front door of the temple.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
No thanks.
As Vic turns to leave, his group gathers with him, leaving as well. Tasrim turns to you, Anna. It's like, keep the people here safe. You should be able to, like, I hope you feel better quickly. It'd be nice to have you along, but I understand we can't risk you slowing us down at the moment. I'm sorry. And
No, I'm sorry.
she turns to
Just go get better.
Vorgir and Theo. It's like, let's go.
So to be clear, Anna, you're not sorry. You're sorry.
Sorry,
You're
not
not
sorry.
sorry.
Sorry. I'm not sorry. Man,
Um,
guys, we're jerks.
And so as you head out into the shadows, into the night, that is where we're going to end tonight's session. So we have
Wow.
Anna, Kay, Sylvania, Cran, Orbideer, Thimold, and Merrick at the temple. Tasrim, Vorgir, Theo, Vic, Emondor, and Ehrman going after the other group.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll see what happens next session.
I am counting on you guys. I am sorry.
Theo is just like, well, so I opted to not be involved in any of the actual things that'll get us out of this place. Instead, I'm just going to participate in combat. Whereas the rest of us are like, you know what? We have to do subterfuge.
It was legit
amongst-
the only thing I can do because I am not stealthy at all.
I mean, we know you're not
Like,
stealthy.
the only
but
thing I
at
can do is go out there and miscast Eldritch Blast.
Meh.
Which, let's try just casting Eldritch Blast real quickly here.
22.
Oh, fuck, I hit.
All right, so out of curiosity, because I need to know how strong your psychic powers is, I need you to tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Now I need to tell you the suit of cards that's on the bottom.
On the bottom,
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess.
Clubs.
I was gonna guess hearts.
So, it's clubs,
Oh, Aaron's got stronger psychic powers than I
which
do.
is problematic for reference. So you can all see it. This is a club.
I can't.
Okay.
I can
I
barely
can't
make it
really
out.
see it.
It
It looks like a black diamond.
I'm well aware of that, and that's why it's a club.
Okay.
But nonetheless, I don't trust Theo's ability to successfully predict the outcome of these things. So that means
Yeah.
we have to trip and fall our way to success, or we're going to lose, or we're gonna have to side with the actual cult. I mean, order.
I did the
That's
only
here.
thing that was open to me, which was
No.
go out there.
You made the right choice. It would have been
Yeah.
too
No.
suspicious if we all stayed back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
no, that's
And you had
fine.
the right idea of being sick. And it's a good thing I cast Lester's Restoration and then do nothing.
Yep. that was
And you
great.
made yourself throw up, so.
Yeah, when you were like, I'm going to shove Slugworth through my mouth, it's just like, that would probably taste pretty awful. I wonder if... And it's like, and you lucked out with getting a really low con save with that?
Can you imagine what would happen if Slugsworth tasted good?
Tastes
Yeah.
like healing.
It tastes like healing. It tastes like purple.
Yep, that tasted
Oh.
purple.
That the color is magenta. Thank you very much.
What a ride.
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty, but have yourselves a great night, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in, and we are out of here. Bye.
Bye, guys.